Welcome to Liberty Creek High School football, live and streaming worldwide on WHINRadio.com. Wolves football, live from the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center, presented by F&M Bank, banking made easy on purpose. Shrum's Roofing Company, when quality and experience matter, and brought to you by Trevecca Nazarene University, a Christian university in the heart of Nashville. William Stiles at Country Financial, the Ingram Law Firm, Trusted Legal Counsel, Sumner Prevention Coalition, envision a community free from substance abuse. High Point Orthopedic Associates with Ascension St. Thomas. D1 Training. You pick the goal, they'll help you get there. First National Bank, your neighbor since 1905. Pony Mailbox and Business Center in Hendersonville and Gallatin. Slim Chickens, tenders, wings, and more. Invisible Smiles of Tennessee, because a great smile should be affordable. Larry Maynard, Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands. Tri-County Electric, owned and operated by those we serve. The Farmers Bank, helping you grow. NCTC, high-speed internet, cable, and telephone. Now let's go live to the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center with Kris Freeman.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to high school football with Liberty Creek on WHIN Radio. This is your host, Kris Freeman, bringing you Wolves football for the 2024 season. Tonight, I'll be joined by Alaina Morris of Lipscomb University and Noah Freeman from Middle Tennessee State University. And it's time for the pregame show right here on WHIN Radio.
This is the countdown to kickoff, brought to you by Allstate agent Larry Maynard in Gallatin. For car, home, and life insurance quotes, contact Larry today at 615-452-1500. Larry is a proud supporter of Sumner County High School sports on WHIN Radio. Remember, you're in good hands with Larry Maynard of Allstate Insurance. We will be right back after this word from our sponsor.
Mayhem is everywhere.
On the leaky pipe you decided to repair yourself. That's right. You watched one online video and thought, yeah, that's something I could do. So you did. Tighten me right up. And here we are a few weeks later. You come home from a weekend away and, hey, I made you a lake. You've always wanted a house on the water, right? Well, now your basement is filled with it. And if you've got the wrong home insurance, you might be swimming in bills to clean up this mess. So get Allstate, where agents help protect you from mayhem. Like me.
That's Larry Maynard with Allstate Insurance. Give him a call at 615-452-1500. 615-452-1500.
See what the personal service of an Allstate agent can do for you. Are you in good hands?
And welcome back to the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center. This is Kris Freeman for Liberty Creek High School football, and tonight we are live at the Big House on Wolfpack Way, the home of Liberty Creek Wolves, and they will take on the Smith County Owls. Both teams come into this game reeling off of 2 losses to start the season. So one team tonight is going to get its first win of 2024. And with all due respect from all of our folks from Carthage, let's hope that it is the Liberty Creek Wolves. Last year, though, it was Smith County rolling to a 48-27 win in Carthage, and that game was crazy as they jumped out to a big lead. Liberty Creek got a big defensive play to close the gap, but ultimately it was Smith County getting the win.
Your pregame show is brought to you by our friends at D1 Training in Hendersonville. D1 Training is a results-driven athletic training facility right here in Sumner County. It's not just another trend. They deliver results. Whether you're a beginner looking to lose some weight or a college athlete with their eye on going pro and anyone in between, D1 is ready to help you reach your goals. Check them out at d1training.com/Hendersonville and thank them for supporting Sumner County high school sports on WHIN.
Attention Sumner County athletes. At D1 Training Hendersonville, we're ready to help you tackle your fitness goals, no matter where you're starting from. Whether you're a beginner aiming to shed a few pounds or a high school or college athlete with aims of going to the next level, our expert coaches and state-of-the-art facilities are here to drive you to success. For a limited time, experience it all with a free first session. You pick the goal. We help you get there. Visit d1training.com/Hendersonville and score your free session today. It's time to rise to the challenge and reach your goals. Call 615-558-5447. 615-558-5447. d1training.com Hendersonville, where every player earns that win winning edge.
You've been in an accident. You're hurt. You know you need a lawyer, but who? I'm attorney Michael Ponce. I grew up here in Sumner County, and for more than 25 years, our firm has grown into one of the largest and most powerful firms in the area. We've done this by getting results for our clients and by providing personalized representation in every case. So if you need a lawyer you can trust, call Ponce Law, Justice for All, 615-851-1776.
Welcome back to the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center, and this is your pregame show for Liberty Creek High School football on WHIN Radio. When you've been seriously injured, you want Sumner County's own Michael Ponce on your side. Michael grew up in Sumner County and started Ponce Law over 30 years ago. Let Ponce Law provide a free consultation if you have been injured in a car accident or hurt on the job. You have nothing to lose by calling and finding out what to do next. They offer a no-fee guarantee and can even open your case over the phone. Call Ponce Law, 615-851-1776. Ponce Law, Justice for All.
And it's time tonight to discuss our keys to the game. And tonight, Liberty Creek takes on Smith County in Week 3 of the 2024 season. Both teams are warming up on the field, and Liberty Creek has headed back to the locker room. Smith County's still out on the field now, but we're going to talk about the Liberty Creek Wolves first, and they're led by senior running back Mac Tuggle, who had an outstanding game in all phases in Week 2 of the 34-15 loss to White House. Mac leads the team in rushing for the season with 32 carries for 118 yards and a touchdown. But last week it was the emergence of the short passing game as sophomore Jackson Collier completed 8 passes for 81 yards, all to Tuggle. Grayson Christian had 77 yards on the ground in Week 1 but did not play in Week 2 due to injury, and we'll get an update on that as we go to our High Point Orthopedic Associates injury report later on in the pregame show.
Stopping this Smith County offense starts with the signal caller as 6'2 sophomore Riley Martin is back for his second season of action. Contrary to the styles of East Robertson and White House, Smith County has aired it out already this year, with Martin completing 26 of 46 for 189 yards, but he has yet to throw a touchdown pass. He has 2 interceptions on the season, and he's rushed 14 times for 45 yards.
The Owls can still run it with Jaden Evans leading the way with 25 carries for 89 yards and a touchdown, but they will be balanced with Caden Mason adding 67 yards on 14 carries and Jermaine Kaysen adding 20 yards on 5 runs. When they do throw it, the top target is Kaysen with 9 catches for 85 yards for the 5'8", 145-pound senior.
Stopping the run will be a key for Liberty Creek with some good pressure up front, but the Wolves have been making tackles at linebacker and in the defensive backfield with junior Kingston Rios at linebacker leading the defense with 16 stops. He's followed by Mac Tuggle, who plays that defensive back position that will also come up and stop the run, and then he has 15 tackles with senior linebacker Nate King with 10.
The youth movement for Smith County is also on defense with sophomore linebacker Ben Howell leading the way with 16 tackles for the season and sophomore defensive back Cole Hackett with 11. Defensive end Paxton Hicks has 2 sacks, and the Owls do not have an interception yet.
So far on the season, Liberty Creek has a 30-0 loss to East Robertson and a 34-15 loss to White House last week. Smith County also faced some tough competition with a 20-6 loss in Week 1 to Gordonsville and a 35-6 loss to DeKalb County last week. Both of these teams are still undefeated.
As the Wolves try to rebound from the season start and avoid going 0-3 for the year, Kris caught up with head coach Bill Alexander before the game.
We're here with head coach Bill Alexander on the eve of Week 3 against Smith County. Coach, got the all-Navy blues on tonight and a little bit of cloudy skies. What do you think about tonight's game?
Well, it's just we just still need that first win, and Smith County's got such a great traditional program, and so, we're hoping we can just clean up a few of the mistakes we made last week. We're really proud of the way we played last week. We talked about 4 or 5 snaps really being the difference in the game. We're hoping not to make those mistakes tonight.
Going to see a lot of passing attack out of this offense with Martin at quarterback, but they're really big up front. This could be a strength-on-strength matchup between the two teams.
Yeah, they're young, but they're big, and they're going to be physical. And, they were super physical when we played against them last year. So it's going to be a hard road for us to run the ball. And, we've worked hard all week trying to prepare for that.
Last week you saw the emergence of the passing game, especially underneath and checking down, and really did a good job of getting the ball to Mac Tuggle, who had a monster game.
Yeah, we just continue to find the things that we aren't very good at and work on them. And, we weren't very good throwing the ball against East Robertson. And so that was a step we took. And then we're hoping just to improve the step, take the next step in the passing game this week.
This is Coach Bill Alexander, Liberty Creek Live on WHIN Radio. Coach, thanks and good luck.
Thank you.
And now let's check in on tonight's High Point Orthopedic Associates with Ascension St. Thomas injury report. For the Wolves, running back Grayson Christian is back in the lineup after missing week 2. The Wolves turned to Seth Taylor to back up Mac Tuggle last week, but Grayson Christian returns tonight.
The injury report is brought to you by High Point Orthopedic Associates with Ascension St. Thomas, a caring group of providers serving Gallatin and the surrounding areas. High Point Orthopedic Associates is helping turn setbacks into comebacks with high-quality specialized sports medicine care. From torn ACLs, shoulder pain, as well as sprains and strains, count on High Point Orthopedic Associates with Ascension St. Thomas to get athletes of all ages back in the game. To connect with a provider, visit highpointhealthpartners.com.
Hey, all you MVPs, if you're feeling sidelined by aches and pains, it's time to call a timeout and visit High Point Orthopedic Associates with Ascension St. Thomas, your home team for orthopedic and sports medicine care. So whether you've twisted an ankle during the morning jog or you're experiencing chronic knee or hip pain when doing daily exercises, our all-star lineup of doctors and specialists will get you back in the game in no time. Don't let injuries keep you on the bench. Contact High Point Orthopedic Associates with Ascension St. Thomas and score a big win for your health. High Point Orthopedic Associates has clinics in Gallatin and Portland.
You're listening to Sumner County High School football on WHIN, and this is the football scoreboard. Last week's Jamboree was the final tune-up before week 1 of the high school football season, and that included 2 Thursday night games as Westmoreland defeated Greenbrier 7-0 and White House Heritage tied White House 7-7. On Friday night, it was Portland 41, Liberty Creek 24, Clarksville 20, Gallatin 16. Station Camp defeated Hendersonville 20-7, and Beach over Dixon County 35-0. Pope Prep and East Nashville also played on Friday, but didn't keep score. Make sure to listen to Sumner County High School football all season long on WHINradio.com.
And welcome back to the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center. This is Chris Freeman, and we're getting ready for Liberty Creek High School football. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup for the Wolves. At quarterback, it'll be sophomore Jackson Collier getting his 3rd start, although we expect to see senior Sperry Jones and Ace Hogg to also play once again. Jones will play in the smokestack formation in most cases, and 3-year starter Mac Tuggle is the tailback with senior Nate King at fullback. Tristan Anderleski and Seth Taylor are the wideouts with senior Sully Harper at tight end. And if you've been following the Wolves this season, you know that Sully Harper from the original roster has changed his number from 61 to 0, which is allowed this year for the very first time in high school football. The offensive line has 4 returning starters: left tackle Hudson Gear, left guard Hayden Moore, right guard Hayden Zimmerly, and right tackle Big Titus Campbell. The center is newcomer Braden Panzerov.
On special teams, it will be Lucas Yap kicking and punting, Tristan Moores as the long snapper, and JT Porter the holder. Andreleski and Tuggle will return kicks along with Porter, and Andreleski has 4 returns for 83 yards. And then Grant Garner broke a 54-yard return, while Tuggle has one for 45. The Wolves overall are averaging 18.9 yards per return.
Defensively for the Wolves, there's a lot of experience up front with returning starters Kamari Holloway at defensive tackle, Hayden Zimmerly at nose tackle, and Isaac South at defensive end. Nate King and Kingston Rios are at linebacker, continuing the big task of filling the shoes of last year's 2 leading tacklers. Outside linebackers are Nate Dowell, who is our Ingram Law Firm most outstanding player for week 2, and Daniel Gillespie with Seth Taylor and Chris Sweeney at corner, Tuggle at safety, and Jeremiah Warren at safety.
Rodney Martin will be backed up for Smith County at quarterback by Max Long, but the Owls will spread it out on offense with a fullback in the backfield. Either Jermaine Kaysen or Caden Mason lined up beside Martin in shotgun formation. Looks like the pistol spread it out wide. That leaves 4 guys at receiver, and they will motion and align them all over the field with Wyatt Claywell, Cole Hackett, Ben Howell, and Will Barnes, the starter, and Gage Gibbs, Gabriel Mayers, and Max Long as backups.
The offensive line is anchored up front by 278 pound junior left tackle Bryson Halliburton, left guard Peyton Hicks, 225-pound senior and returning starter Jay Howell at center, 285-pound right guard junior Ethan Montgomery, and 300-pound sophomore Eric Shaw at right tackle. This is going to be a huge offensive line for the Owls, and Liberty Creek will have its work cut out for them.
Hicks is an end on defense with Caden Mason at nose and Ethan Montgomery at tackle. Lucas Cornwell is the outside linebacker, and Max Long is the star. Ben Howell and Will Barnes will be in the middle at backer, and then Mayers and Kaysen are the corners. Gage Gibbs, the strong safety, and Cole Hackett, the free. Bradley Hackett is number 51, and he will kick and punt.
So Bradley Hackett will not be on the roster if you haven't, but he is number 51, and he will kick and punt. I believe there's 3 Hacketts on the roster for Smith County, and Bradley is number 51. They're turning up the music. We're getting close to football, and let's check in on our weather report here tonight. As looking at the sky, Noah, this could get a little dicey.
Shrums Roofing Company is a proud supporter of Sumner County High School sports and Game Time Weather Update sponsor. No matter what the weather is, has been, or will be, Shrums has you covered for roofing, siding, or gutters, and they give a lifetime warranty. ShrumsRoofing.com. Tonight's weather is looking like partly cloudy with a game time temperature of 80 degrees.
So tonight, it'll be Liberty Creek and Smith County right here in Sumner County, Tennessee on WHIN Radio, and both teams are looking for their first win of the season. Smith County comes in 0-2 after losses this season to Gordonsville and also to DeKalb County, and it was Liberty Creek falling to East Robertson and also to White House last week. So we are awaiting the band to come out on the field, and we'll have our coin toss, but we're a little bit ahead. So while we've got that, let's take an opportunity to talk about tonight's game. First of all, Alaina Morris from Lipscomb University. Alaina, this is your very first time here at the Big House on Wolfpack Way, or you were working at Lipscomb last week. So give us your impressions of what this facility is like and your first time driving up here on campus in Cottontown, Tennessee, and looking out at the beautiful place that Tennesseans call the Ridge.
I mean, yeah, this is incredible. I missed last week due to some work, but coming up here for the first time, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect, but it's absolutely beautiful. This is a gorgeous football field, great facilities, and it's been really nice to kind of experience the high school football atmosphere on this Friday night, and thankfully not too hot as we've experienced a couple weeks ago.
So, Noah, as we approach tonight's game, when you look back at last week, against White House, 34-15, but nobody would ever believe that game was nowhere as separated as that final score might indicate. That was a close game, 9-7 in the third quarter, and then, as they say in the country, the wheels just fell right off for Liberty Creek.
Yeah, not too many breakaway plays for the Wolves. I mean, they looked strong on that first drive, especially on defense, really on offense. But then all of a sudden, White House had a couple breakout plays that really hurt some momentum for Liberty Creek. It was a low-scoring first half. I believe Liberty Creek led 9-7 at halftime, but a big pull away for White House in that second half. A lot of momentum on their side and a lot of confidence in that, squad led by Michael Albin and Kenny Holt.
Well, tonight, if you're Liberty Creek, you got to make sure when you kick off that you tackle well. But Smith County is more of the bruising team up front. But then they got a quarterback that can sling it, already 189 yards for the sophomore Riley Martin. And last year at Smith County, beautiful facility, very traditional over there. Noah, he just picked us apart over in front of a very bruising running game, as well as his job in the backfield throwing the football. Last year he was impressive.
Yeah, very high-scoring game last year. Smith County doing a lot of hard work out there. I mean, it was impressive to watch. Unfortunate to see Liberty Creek fall that day, despite playing really well. But that Smith County offense was electric.
So, Alaina, for Liberty Creek this season, when you go back to East Robertson in Week 1, East Robertson, a team that's going to contend for the Class 2A state championship, as they went there last year and came within 6 points of winning it. But this year, Liberty Creek has lost a lot of kids, and they're trying to replace them. Now, if you're going to do that, what do you think are some of the keys tonight against a team that also has a lot of wideouts and a lot of speed?
Well, I mean, as we talked about at East Robertson, they play very similar. They're a very fast team, and I automatically think back to that game, and I know, Kris, you can kind of think the same thing. Liberty Creek did a very good job, especially on their defensive line, stopping that run game in the first half. And, it was a close game to start over at East Robertson. Got away from Liberty Creek a little bit, but I just think back to that first quarter especially. That defensive line did a great job.
So as we get ready for tonight's game, the Liberty Creek High School band is lined up on the field. Unfortunately, we don't have the opportunity to be able to mic them up and play the national anthem from the field for you. So we're going to take a break and play our own anthem. You can hear it right here on the air, and then we'll be back with the coin toss and the starting lineups as we get ready for football. And you're listening to Liberty Creek on the WHIN Sports Network. And welcome back to Liberty Creek High School. We played the national anthem for you on the air, and the Liberty Creek band played it on the field, and we finished within 2 seconds of each other. I'm kind of proud of that as we brought it back here live, just as the band was finishing on the field. Our respects to Liberty Creek and the high school band. We just don't have a mic that is able to reach down there and pick them up. And so now we're going to take a look at getting ready for the coin toss tonight as the teams are about to get ready to join us on the field. Noah, tell us about what's going to happen coming up with the kickoff right here tonight at Liberty Creek High School.
While the coin toss happens on the field, we'd like to remind you that the Sumner Prevention Coalition kickoff is coming up next right here on WHIN Radio, the home of Sumner County High School football for 7 teams across the county each week, including the Liberty Creek Wolves.
So you can listen to all of the Sumner County teams except for Portland and White House right here on WHIN Radio each week. And those teams include the Gallatin Green Wave, the flagship station for WHIN. You can listen to them live on the radio dial. The rest of those are online at WHINradio.com. And for us, LibertyCreekLive.com is the easiest and fastest way to share that with your friends and family. And if you're listening to the game right here live at the Big House on Wolfpack Way, we want to say we appreciate you joining in with us. You can also hear the Station Camp Bison, the Hendersonville Commandos, the Beach Buccaneers, the Pope Prep Knights, and the Westmoreland Eagles as well across Sumner County each week. Portland and White House, of course, have their own separate broadcasts, and they are not included on WHIN Radio, but we appreciate all our teams in Sumner County.
This has been the Countdown to Kickoff brought to you by Allstate agent Larry Maynard in Gallatin. For car, home, and life insurance quotes, contact Larry today at 615-452-1500. Larry is a proud supporter of Sumner County High School sports on WHIN Radio. Remember, you're in good hands with Larry Maynard of Allstate Insurance.
Mayhem is everywhere.
On the leaky pipe you decided to repair yourself. That's right. You watched one online video and thought, yeah, that's something I could do. So you did. Tighten me right up. And here we are a few weeks later. You come home from a weekend away and, hey, I made you a lake. You've always wanted a house on the water, right? Well, now your basement is filled with it. And if you've got the wrong home insurance, you might be swimming in bills to clean up this mess. So get Allstate, where agents help protect you from mayhem. Like me.
That's Larry Maynard with Allstate Insurance. Give him a call at 615-452-1500. 615-452-1500.
See what the personal service of an Allstate agent can do for you. Are you in good hands?
The Sumner Prevention Coalition's mission is to unite people with vision, commitment, and resources to provide solutions to eliminate substance abuse and make a difference for youth, families, and individuals in Sumner County. We envision a healthy, safe, and thriving community free of substance abuse. Learn more at sumnercoalition.org. The Sumner Prevention Coalition is proud to support all Sumner County High School sports broadcasts on WHIN Radio and WHINradio.com.
And so we're back at Liberty Creek High School. We're a little bit ahead of schedule, so they're getting ready for the coin toss on the field, and we're collecting the captains. We'll tell you about those here in just a moment. Liberty Creek will be wearing all navy blue tonight with the lighter blue helmets, kind of, as we say every week, kind of the Ole Miss look. Ole Miss will be taking on Middle Tennessee State University down in Oxford at the Grove tomorrow. And so tonight, sort of an Ole Miss look with the navy blue uniforms here, white stripes on the sleeve. It'll be the Smith County Owls wearing the all-white with black numerals and, of course, the black helmets with gold trim. Very traditional look for Smith County. One thing we didn't talk about, Alaina, as these two teams get ready to go to the field, this is a Smith County team with incredible tradition. In the last 40 years, they have been to the playoffs 37 times with a 32-37 overall record, and Smith County has only missed the playoffs in 2014, 1995, and 1986. Since 1984, 37 out of 40. It doesn't matter where you're from. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that just, shows a testament to what they've built over there, and is a incredible program with just strong rooted tradition. And as you mentioned, 37 times out of 40. That's hard to beat. That's quite impressive. And so they've definitely built a strong football program over there at Smith County.
So the biggest change that you'll see for Smith County as we get ready for the captains is that they lost their big-time defensive, offensive tackle, Javier Gaspar. And you weren't here last year to see this kid, 6'4", 315 pounds, and he was every bit as quick as a running back and one of the best players that I've seen. We kind of poked fun about him being a straight-on kicker at the beginning of the game. He made everything he kicked last year and was a big weapon on all points of the field for Smith County. This is a younger team, 11 seniors, 12 juniors, and now the captains are getting ready to come on the field. And Noah, tell us about who we're going to see for the coin toss.
For Smith County, the captains are number 2, Jermaine Kaysen, number 3, Wyatt Claywell, number 52, Paxton Hicks, and number 56, Jay Howell. For Liberty Creek, it's number 7, Max Dowell, number 8, Mac Tuggle, number 19, Chris Sweeney, and number 57, Braden Panzerov.
So while we have time, let's talk about our most outstanding player last week, brought to you by the Ingram Law Firm. And the outstanding player of the game is given to the player chosen by the broadcast crew and the coaches whose effort and performance most impacted the outcome of the game. The winner is always announced during the postgame wrap-up if we have it, but if not, it's announced by the coaching staff. And thanks to the Ingram Law Firm for supporting Sumner County High School football on WHIN. The Ingram Law Firm, trusted legal counsel. Find them at ingramlawyers.com. And senior number 7, fullback and linebacker, mostly for his defense last week, was Max Dowell, and he was our player of the week. You certainly could have given Mac Tuggle an opportunity for that, but I would say Mac Tuggle's going to have plenty of opportunities to do that this season as the leading offensive player on the field. So the coin toss is at the center. In a moment, we're going to turn it over to Alaina and Noah to get it started. Any other final thoughts as we close up our pregame show here tonight? Noah, what's your thoughts on this game, and how do you think it's going to go?
I mean, just excited for week 3. These teams battled it out last year, high scoring, appearance, and maybe we can get around 2, some entertaining football.
So next week, looking ahead, Alaina, we're going to jump into region play. This is an opportunity for a tune-up. And what would you think if you're Liberty Creek tonight? What do you want to see out of this game?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, both teams are 0-2 right now, so getting your first win before starting region play would be huge. I know we talked about the line being important, and, of course, I think that just creating some space and some holes for Mac Tuggle to run will be very important. Just controlling the line is definitely going to be a battle in the trenches tonight.
So both teams are about to run on the field, and we're going to get it started. And we want to thank you for joining us for our countdown to kickoff. Once again, brought to you by Allstate agent Larry Maynard in Gallatin for car, home, and life insurance quote. Contact Larry today at 615-452-1500. Larry is a proud supporter of Sumner County High School sports on WHIN Radio. We'll be right back with the Sumner Prevention Coalition opening kickoff. Sumner Prevention Coalition working to achieve the goal of a community free of substance abuse.
Hello, I'm William Stiles, your country financial agent here in Sumner County. I care about this community and the people in it, and I'll take time to get to know you so I can help protect you and your family and their future. Find me at williamstiles.net to experience more. Again, that is williamstiles.net.
A little change can go a long way. That's why F&M Bank offers SmartSwipe, a great tool that deposits change to your savings account every time you make a debit card purchase. Buy your morning latte for $5.28. The difference of 72 cents is transferred to your savings account. Build your savings with every debit card purchase. You work hard for your money, and we'll work just as hard to help you make the most of it. Come see us at one of our branches or online at myfmbank.com, member FDIC.
And once again, good evening and welcome to the Big House on Wolfpack Way for Liberty Creek High School football on WHIN Radio. Thanks for listening to the pregame show, and this is your play-by-play broadcaster, Noah Freeman of Middle Tennessee State University, alongside Alaina Morris of Lipscomb University, and Kris Freeman handling our production, stats, and sideline. Alaina, you were not with us last week, but this is your first time being at the Big House on Wolfpack Way. I want to ask you a different question. What do you think of these uniforms for Liberty Creek, the color combo between the navy, red, white, and that baby blue?
I always like the color combination. I'm a big uniform person, and so these are clean for me. They're kind of almost Ole Miss in a way, and of course I like that powder blue. So definitely a clean look. Navy tops and bottoms for Liberty Creek, and then that lighter blue helmet with that red stripe on them. It's a good look for the Wolves.
Absolutely. It is almost time for football, and this is the Sumner Prevention Coalition kickoff as they send it away. It's taken directly at the 30, caught it on his knees, so Smith County will start it there.
Guys, great job on the pregame show. We're going to turn it over to Noah and Alaina for the play-by-play and color commentary. And so we appreciate you listening live on LibertyCreekLive.com. Make sure to text your friends right now. Tell them to join in. LibertyCreekLive.com. For the next 3 hours, we'll be right here with you, and hopefully Liberty Creek can get a win as they'll start the game on defense.
Quarterback for Smith County is number 11, Riley Martin, onto the field for the Owls. In shotgun formation. Takes the first snap, throws quick to the right side. Finds his receiver. That's complete on the far side to number 4. Let me find him on the roster here for Smith County. That's Gage Gibbs. Interesting dynamic on this Smith County roster. All those numbers are out of numerical order. It's thrown me off just a little bit.
And we talked about how this is a Smith County team that's pretty quick. Pass out to the right side towards that sideline, and Liberty Creek's going to have to do a good job of shutting down that sideline and not getting to the outside just because it's a quick team.
Behind Martin is Caden Mason. Hand off to him, runs it to the left side, got some blocks, moving through the middle, gets up past the 40, up to the 42-yard line, close to that first down marker. See what the signal is here. A first down for the Owls. 2 plays, 11 yards of offense, moving quick so far. I mean, we saw, I think, 48 points in that matchup last year between these two teams.
And we talked about the offensive line, defensive line before the games. These are two teams with great lines, and so Smith County doing a good job creating some space and picking up the first down.
Run on the right side, trapped in the backfield, flag in the backfield as well. Taken down by Liberty Creek, loss of yardage there on the carry.
Good pursuit by Mac Tuggle on that play.
Jermaine Kaysen on the carry. See what the flag is here. It's going to be a false start against Smith County. Move them back. Ball's going to be at the 39-yard line. Second down.
It looks like they declined that false start. Puts it at 2nd and 13.
That's a good time to decline that penalty.
Smart.
Mac Tuggle made a really good play stepping up, and when he's able to play in that safety position, he can kind of roam and rove all over the field.
Martin in shotgun. Looking left, throws, got his man over the middle. That one is complete. That's going to be about an 8-yard completion. Finds his man Wyatt Claywell. Bring up 3rd and short for the Owls.
Claywell just doing a good job getting to the middle of the field. Found himself wide open, picking up a decent gain, and getting some of those yards back for the previous play where they lost a few.
3rd and about 5 or 6.
This
a bit
is
further than I thought.
Big play
Martin takes a snap. Low snap, hands it off. Right at the marker. The carry was by Caden Mason.
And it looks like he might have just got that by a foot.
Good push through the middle. But I like this uniform matchup. I mean, Smith County, they have simple colors with a, kind of a gold, yellow. They got black, and then they have white, of course. They're wearing the white uniforms. But Liberty Creek with the navy, a little bit of red thrown in the mix. I really like just the way it shines on the field. Of course, this beautiful field at Liberty Creek. That center field, of course, you can't see we're on the radio here, but they've got the American flag theme going on with the LC. Martin in shotgun. Takes a snap, looking to pass. Back in the pocket, moving up the middle. Contact, and he takes a sack. In on the sack for Liberty Creek is going to be number 73, Hayden Zimmerly.
And that is a Slim Chicken sack. Slim Chickens, proud sponsor on WHIN Radio of all of our sacks throughout the season. Slim Chickens, all quarterback sacks on the WHIN Broadcast Network are brought to you by them. After tonight, be sure to stop by Slim Chickens for a sack full of the best hand-breaded tenders, perfect wings, sandwiches, and wraps. You can't go wrong with a sack of great food from Slim Chickens and Hayden Zimmerly.
So also in on that sack was number 51, Hudson Gear, as they comboed to force that loss of yardage. Throw quick to the left side, complete, still on his feet, moving up past the 40, maybe to the 38 is Jermaine Kaysen. We see the game plan for Riley Martin. He loves to throw short. He finds his receivers. They kind of get that yards after catch, and it's worked well so far. They're going to have a 3rd and short right here, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Jermaine Kaysen made that catch. Jeremiah Warren was just right behind him, but a step too slow there. Picked up a couple more yards to make it 3rd and very manageable for Smith County.
Martin loves to stay in shotgun. He's got 2 receivers left. In the backfield is Caden Mason. Takes a snap, hands it off to Mason. Mason working across the left side of the line. He's got a first down, still working on that left sideline, and he is finally forced out of bounds, taken out by Jeremiah Warren. Another first down for Smith County. The offense has been smooth. Ball is going to be at the 26-yard line. And the Owls have had everything they want so far almost.
Gain of 13 yards on that play, Alaina, and just good pursuit as he got to the left edge.
Yeah, Max Dowell was over there, but just a little bit too much speed on the edge for Caden Mason.
A little bit confusing, I know. They got Jermaine Kaysen and Caden Mason, both at running back. This one up the middle, nowhere to go. Hayden Zimmerly in on the stop. Hudson Gear in as well. They're joined by Nate King. Gain of 1. Kingston Rios joined the Wolves on that tackle. Owls in the huddle. So number 3, Wyatt Claywell, has got those protective helmets on. 7:20 left here in this first quarter, and a fumble on the snap. And Riley Martin's going to go down, a big loss of yardage, but avoid turning the ball over that time, just covering it up.
Yeah, that one just fell. It was a bad snap, pretty low at his feet. Had to just dive on it, but didn't turn the ball over, so that's always a good thing, protecting that, but did lose about 6 on that play.
3rd and long here. I'm interested to see what they go with. They've only been throwing short. They've been successful in the run game, but the move is definitely going to be a pass here. I'm just, kind of excited to see what the dynamic of the route is.
Yeah, 3rd and 15, so they've got quite a good bit to go on the 32-yard line. We'll see what they come up with here.
In the backfield is going to be Caden Mason. Martin's got 1 receiver each way, actually 2 receivers on that right side, and a timeout called as the Owls are going to talk it over on a 3rd and long.
First National Bank is proud again to be our season-long timeout sponsor. First National Bank has been putting customers first since 1889 with branches in Gallatin, Hendersonville, and Hartsville. A full-service bank providing all the financial products you need in life. Don't take a timeout on your banking needs. Check out fnbank.net.
First National Bank, growing with you, continuing the legacy of hometown banking, service, and support that Sumner County has grown to love. With 3 locations and a variety of online banking products, First National Bank offers the best of both worlds. That small bank atmosphere with big bank resources. Visit us online at fnbank.net or stop by one of our locations in Gallatin, Hendersonville, or Hartsville. First National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center. 3rd and long for the Owls. Martin in shotgun, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. As I was saying before that last play, number 3, White Claywell, has the protective helmet on with the padding on the outside. We've seen, the introduction of those across sports and football here recently. This one's thrown away. A lot of pressure coming in by the Wolves. Chasing him down was number 53, Daniel Gillespie. So 4th and long. Under a lot of pressure. I mean, he was about 20 yards downfield at that point. So he was just being chased, had to get rid of it real fast.
This has got to be a loss of down sack, as he was in the pocket and threw the ball out of bounds 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And so the official is standing at the 47-yard line, and I think that's what's going to happen, which is going to give Liberty Creek credit for another slim chicken sack. And who was that making the pursuit?
That was number 53, Daniel Gillespie, and the ball is now actually at the, the 42.
Yeah, so Liberty Creek with some really good field position to start their first drive on offense.
They're going to receive this punt here. And instead of either trying a long conversion or a long field goal, now Liberty Creek gets to receive this punt from way, way back.
Loss of 26 yards on the sack and the intentional grounding.
Snap is back. Punt is, it looked like it might have been blocked. Pressure came in, and it was hit straight up. I don't think it was directly blocked, but the pressure was coming in by number 22, Kingston Rios. And so that forced the punter to have a little bit of contortion in the way he kicked it. That sucker went straight up in the air.
Contortion's a big word. I'm proud of you. That was good. That was great pressure up the middle by Kingston Rios, who's the leading tackler on defense and now makes a big special teams play.
Yeah, big defensive play to back them up and potentially give Liberty Creek good field position, but they probably got a lot more than they wanted there. Good pressure by Kingston Rios to the apply that to the punter, and now Liberty Creek's going to start out on the 50-yard line.
Let's see this offense. Jackson Collier in shotgun. Mac Tuggle to his right. Takes a snap, tosses it to him. Tuggle catches it with the left, running on the right side, catches a block, gets across the 45-yard line up to the 43. 2nd and short now for the Wolves.
Really good play there to start off their offense, by Mac Tuggle. A lot of space to the right side of that field and just picked up about 6 on that play.
2nd and 4. The Wolves love to run the football. They got a 3-headed monster with those running backs across, even more than that. But you've got Mac Tuggle, Grayson Christian, Seth Taylor all able to carry the rock. Collier takes a snap. He's got legs as well. He's going to take it up the middle. Got space on the right side. He's pursued and taken down before he could get there. Chased by number 8. Let's see if I can find that on this out-of-order roster. Cole Hackett on the tackle. All of a sudden, 3rd and a long 2, maybe 3.
We talked about Hackett in the pregame, one of the leading tacklers for Smith County, doing a good job making an open field tackle there on Jackson Collier, who kept it himself.
2 receivers outright for Jackson Collier. Empty on the left side, Tuggle in the backfield on a 3rd and a long 2. Takes a snap, Tuggle up the middle, getting blocks on the left side, working through, he's got the first down. That's another F&M Bank first down for Liberty Creek as Mac Tuggle gets at least maybe 15 yards on that one.
All right, Alaina, we got a little bit of a tradition around here. We're going to say this and give you a practice. This is the first run. Are you ready?
All
That's
right.
Another F&M Bank.
First down.
Look at you go.
Smooth sailing. 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Ball right at the 30-yard line. Right side of the field empty. 2 tight ends move that way. Collier hands it off to Tuggle. Tuggle working through the middle. Gain of about 4. Wrapped up, taken down by Will Barnes. I'll tell you, life is a lot easier with binoculars.
Oh, I'm sure, yes. And Mac Tuggle, he heads towards the sideline, and we'll see some fresh legs in there. And as you mentioned, Noah, Liberty Creek has some really good players who can run the ball.
That's going to be Grayson Christian in the backfield now. Missed last week due to injury, but he's back in tonight. Very good at carrying the football. We'll see what the Wolves do here on 2nd and 5. Collier under pressure, rolling out to the right side. Got a little bit of wiggle room. Now working through the middle. Going to get a gain of about 2 or 3.
Pretty tough run right there by the sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Collier. A lot of pressure coming at him pretty quickly, and he made something out of nothing, just picking up a couple yards there.
Tackle led by Will Barnes and a couple other Owls.
they've been content to keep it on the ground thus far. And Liberty Creek would be all right with that all night long as the clock runs down to 2:47 to go here in the first quarter. No score, but the Wolves are driving.
We did mention that three-headed monster at tailback, and then Collier, we talked about the legs he has as well. Big rushing touchdown last week against White House, as this was going to be a jet cross over the middle, but it was blown dead due to a whistle. And I think we might have a timeout. We got 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter.
And so our timeouts, as we said earlier, are brought to you by First National Bank. Proud again to be our season-long timeout sponsor. First National Bank, been putting customers first since 1889 with branches in Gallatin, Hendersonville, Hartsville. A full-service bank providing the financial products that you need in life. Don't take a timeout on your banking needs. Check out fnbank.net. And earlier we had 2 Slim Chicken sacks. One of those was a intentional grounding. That was a 26-yard loss. After the game tonight, maybe you're hungry.
Nothing says game day like good friends and great food. And at Slim Chickens, we know great food. From our 100% all-natural chicken tenders, fresh-made wings served with house sauces, to delicious chicken sandwiches, crisp salads, southern sides, and desserts you just can't get anywhere else. At Slim's, we have the food you love, made fresh for the people you care about. Dine in, drive through, or order online. Slim Chickens.
That's Slim Chickens in Hendersonville at 218 East Main Street.
So welcome back to the Ponce Law Just for All Broadcast Center. We're working a little late, but previous play was a handoff to Grayson Christian across that marker, and that's another F&M Bank.
First down.
So Grayson Christian with his second carry, I believe, maybe first. Actually, that first time he's in the ballgame was a fake by Collier on the keeper. So another first down for Liberty Creek. Slowly moving the ball, have only ran so far, but we can see why it's worked out well.
It has so far, and as we've mentioned, coming into this game, this is a team that likes to use their legs and stay on the ground. Jackson Collier came in with only 14 passing attempts on the season, and we're seeing that again tonight. Only rushing so far for the Wolves.
Smith County likes to run that 3-4 defense. The problem with a 3-4 is you got to guess on the edge. And so we got a whistle that stops the play, and that'll give me time to explain that. With a 3-4, you got to guess which side that the ball is coming to. Liberty Creek very rarely runs it right up the gut. They're always going to go one side or the other. The problem is if you guess wrong and you bring your star and your outside linebacker to the wrong side, you got a big opening, and Liberty Creek right now is blocking that edge really well.
Yeah, they've done a really good job so far. Mac Tuggle, we saw a big run there for 15 yards out on the left side. And so, we've seen it. And as you mentioned, if they guess wrong, we've seen how fast Mac Tuggle and some of these other players can be. And so Liberty Creek could really take advantage of it. But that whistle was for a Liberty Creek timeout, in case anyone was wondering on that.
And so the unfortunate part about that is already 2 timeouts burned with 1:59 to go here in the first quarter. No score. And the weather, Noah, after our weather report by Shrum's Roofing Company, has turned out pretty well and what looked like we might get some rain.
It's looking smooth, but we'll see what happens. Not going to bring a bad omen. A little bit of a trick play here for Liberty Creek around the left edge, running, gets up to the 20-yard line. That handoff was to Grant Garner. It was a fake to Grayson Christian. He came on an end around from that wide receiver slot and did not get much forward progress, if any at all.
And there was a flag down on the field. I'm not sure totally what they called, but they're backing up Liberty Creek.
Wolves are going to have to move back here. Going to be at the 30-yard line on a hold.
First penalty of the game for Liberty Creek, and if you're Smith County, that's a smart job to back them up.
2 receivers lined out left. Mac Tuggle in the backfield. Collier takes a snap. Tuggle working through the middle. Got a little bit of wiggle room. Gets up to the 23-yard line. Extracurricular going on with a couple linemen.
And with it being 1st and 20 with that holding penalty, Tuggle doing a good job to pick up about 8 or 9 and to really just take off that hurt from that holding call.
It's going to bring up 2nd and a long 12. He's at the 22-yard line. Still have not seen an official pass from Jackson Collier. It's a very strong running offense for the Wolves. Both of these teams 0-2 on the season, looking for that first win. Collier hands off to Tuggle once again. Tuggle trucks his way through the middle across the 20.
I know we just talked about how they normally try to go towards the outsides, but Mac Tuggle on back-to-back plays is running it up the middle and doing it successfully.
3rd and 8. Could see a pass here for Liberty Creek.
The Wolves love that RPO offense with the checkdowns underneath. Look for something maybe to the tight end or even a fullback here.
No receivers lined out wide. Tuggle in the backfield. Collier still in shotgun. He's going to give it off. Tuggle hitting that right side, bounces through the middle. He's wrapped up and taken down after a short gain. Tackle made by Peyton Hicks for the Owls. That's 4th down. Offense looking to stay on the field.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to bring them off. Liberty Creek might go for it here, but it's not a close 4th down. It's 4th and 4, so they've got quite a bit to go. Maybe they'll try to draw Smith County off sides or just kind of let the clock run down to the end of the first quarter.
The clock had stopped at 28 seconds, and now they've started it. I was kind of curious about the stoppage on the clock. This should be the last play of the first quarter.
15 seconds. Wolves moving fast. Tuggle came to the sideline. It's Grayson Christian. Christian takes the carry, working up the middle. He is there, I believe. And to end the first quarter, Liberty Creek in good range with another F&M Bank.
First down. So that was a gutsy play there to end the first quarter, but paid off for Liberty Creek. They picked up about 7 on 4th and 4, and so they're going to start out with great field position, really close to scoring to start the second.
So that's the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back with you. Noah Freeman alongside Alaina Morris, Kris Freeman on production here on WHIN.
A little change can go a long way. That's why F&M Bank offers SmartSwipe, a great tool that deposits change to your savings account every time you make a debit card purchase. Buy your morning latte for $5.28. The difference of 72 cents is transferred to your savings account. Build your savings with every debit card purchase. You work hard for your money, and we'll work just as hard to help you make the most of it. Come see us at one of our branches or online at MyFMBank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center for Liberty Creek High School football on WHIN Radio. When you've been seriously injured, you want Sumner County's own Michael Ponce on your side. Michael grew up in Sumner County and started Ponce Law over 30 years ago. Let Ponce Law provide a free consultation if you have been injured in a car accident or hurt on the job. You have nothing to lose by calling and finding out what to do next. They offer a no-fee guarantee and can even open up your case over the phone. Call Ponce Law 615-851-1776. Ponce Law, justice for all. We're back to action here on the right end zone. Two receivers left, 3 on the right. I was about to say 2 each way. Empty backfield as we're going to have something halt in play here.
It looks like Smith County called a timeout.
Interesting. Right off the half, did not see what they wanted on defense.
So as Smith County takes a timeout, this is a First National Bank timeout, but we'd also like to say that if the Liberty Creek Wolves are able to get into the end zone, that will be the William Stiles Country Financial first score of the game, and all of our touchdowns are brought to you by Trevecca Nazarene University. Now, we are well represented in Middle Tennessee right here as far as education is concerned. Alaina Morris is originally from West Virginia, but she is at Lipscomb University. And Alaina, you are a junior, sophomore?
I'm a junior.
Junior at Lipscomb University. Noah is a sophomore at Middle Tennessee State University. And I graduated my undergrad from Trevecca Nazarene University with my master's at Union. So we've pretty much covered a lot of Middle Tennessee. And I work at Vanderbilt too some, so we're kind of covering it all. We're back to action.
Jackson Collier, empty backfield. Motion over the middle, fakes the handoff. Collier on the keeper up the middle is smacked immediately, nowhere to go. Pressure came in by the big number 77, Bryson Halliburton for the Owls. Second down.
Yeah, Halliburton just immediately met Collier, tried to run it up the middle, kept it himself, but could not get anywhere around the big 6'2", 278 defensive lineman, and so Collier will get knocked back 2 yards for 2nd and 9.
I feel like so far they got a lot of size, but Liberty Creek technique-wise is controlling the line of scrimmage, and that's been a key to the game.
The running backs have been using those quick feet to hit the edge. This one's going to be over the middle, a handoff to Grayson Christian. He's got nowhere to go, takes the hit from Paxton Hicks.
Paxton Hicks is, I think, their leading tackler, and you see why, as he was one step away from breaking that across the edge, and Alaina Hicks just stepped up and made a really violent tackle.
He did. He just plugged up the middle there, and Hicks, that's exactly what Smith County needed, or else I think Liberty Creek might have been celebrating in the end zone right there.
Tough look for Liberty Creek here. yet to pass the ball through the entire first quarter. A long drive filled up with a lot of plays. Now faced with 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. In the backfield is Mac Tuggle. 2 receivers left, empty on the right side. A tight end lined up short. Collier's going to give to Tuggle. Almost fumbled it. Now fighting through the right side. He's going to power his way up to the 7-yard line. I saw that one up close with binoculars. Could have very closely been disaster for Liberty Creek, but he held on to it. And now it's going to be 4th and goal. Lucas Yap is the kicker, marching onto the field for Liberty Creek.
So they are going to attempt a field goal here. We saw at the end of the first quarter that they did go for it on 4th and 4. This is a little bit longer, 4th and 7, and so we have our first field goal attempt of the night by Lucas Yap.
JT Porter on to hold from the right hash. Snap is back, kick is up. It is floating its way. It is good. 3-0. The Wolves lead it.
And that is your William Stiles first score of the game. William Stiles at Country Financial is your insurance agent in Hendersonville and Sumner County. William and his team bring you the Liberty Creek first score of the game. Let William and Country Financial help prepare your future with insurance protection to achieve your financial goals. William Stiles is a proud sponsor for Sumner County High School sports on WHIN. Find out more at williamstiles.net. Alaina, that was a great first opening drive, over 7.5 minutes just to go 43 yards.
It was a really good opening drive. I think that's exactly what you're looking for. And, the lines on both sides are very good. And so we talked about who's going to win that battle up front. And Liberty Creek might not be the biggest, but their technique, like you had talked about, really pushed them down the field. So that offensive line doing a good job blocking. We saw Mac Tuggle and Jackson Collier pick up some yards on the ground. And so, yes, I would say that's a great opening drive for Liberty Creek to get this game started.
Sumner Prevention Coalition kickoff taken at the 28-yard line. They go down there. That one was recovered by the Owls.
You want to hear something impressive? I don't know that I've ever seen this before. 14 plays, 43 yards.
I was going to say, it felt like a lot of plays, and we only ran the ball.
14 plays, 43 yards, 7 minutes and 27 seconds on that drive. That's absolutely the type of football that you want to play if you want to win a close game.
I will add, previous kick was recovered by number 14, not seen on that Smith County roster I was provided with, so fortunately we'll have to call him number 14 for now, but good coverage to get on top of that ball. 11's the quarterback, I thought. Handoff on the right side to Caden Mason. Martin stiff-arming, but being chased down, pull back, slim chicken sack by number 53, Daniel Gillespie, his second of the game.
And, man, he just got there, and Riley Martin had no chance to get away from him, ripped him down, and he lost probably 6 or 7 on that play, if not a little bit more.
Good pursuit by Gillespie, just steaming through the backfield. Martin was having nightmares, but they came to life. 2nd and long now for the Owls. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left side. Martin has Mason in the backfield. Takes a snap, low snap, gives to Mason, hitting the left edge, being pursued, blocks through the middle. Mac Tuggle in on the tackle, takes him down at the 30-yard line, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard past it.
And that's the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen already tonight a low snap at the feet of Martin, who's had to, get there quickly to pick it up off the ground.
All credit to him, though. He's getting it up pretty fast, getting it to his running back. And looks like we're going to see a lot of carries between these two teams in this game.
Martin is just a sophomore, 6'2", but he's been running for his life. He's got 40 lost yards on 4 plays that he's kept the football. One of those, the 26-yard, what was a sack on intentional grounding.
Back to pass this time, looking deep, throws along the right sideline. Has a man in the area. It was in the hands. Flag comes in. Coverage that time by number 19, Kris Sweeney.
That flag was thrown out, and then I believe they're going to get Sweeney for a pass interference there.
Pass was intended for Gage Gibbs. The first time that Martin's thrown a pass maybe over 5 yards. He's gone underneath on the few passes they've thrown.
We've had a pretty clean officiating sequence for the first 3 games, but I don't know that I agree with that call.
And the rain's pouring in now here.
Ooh. Yeah. Can see that. Smith County sounds excited.
I'm sorry, I jinxed it.
Smith County came all the way down here, and it's adding to it. They're just having fun. Handoff over the middle. Mason hitting that left edge, being chased down. Takes a big hit by Mac Tuggle. Goes down at the 46.
And if we didn't see enough running plays in that first quarter up to now, I think we're going to definitely be seeing a lot more of them with it being some pretty heavy rain coming down here now.
Very, very thankful to be in the press box right now, but that rain does look cool hitting those overhead lights. I can say that because I'm dry.
Well, after last weekend at Middle Tennessee State University, It feels like it's following us everywhere we go.
Also shot pictures for a soccer game in the pouring rain, so rain's just everywhere. Welcome to Tennessee. Martin Keeper on the left side trying to stay up. He's burrowed down by number 58, Preston Baker. Just shy of the first down, I believe. It's going to be third and maybe a step to go.
Yeah, that's going to be real close, maybe third and a foot.
It's right at the 46-yard line. First down marker at the 45. Owls in the huddle. Trailing at 3-0, 7 minutes left here in this second quarter. Two receivers left, one on the right side. Caden Mason in the backfield. Riley Martin in shotgun. Takes a snap, looking to the right side. Out route. He's got his receiver, Gage Gibbs, for a first down. Tackle made by Chris Sweeney. And the Owls will keep moving.
Sweeney did a really good job there keeping a hold of Gibbs, because if he would have let him go, I think Gibbs would be in the end zone right now.
Yep, Gage Gibbs had daylight on that right side of the field, but Sweeney, despite getting beat on that out route, which is, that's a very tough route to defend, he was able to catch up to him and wrap him up, take him down.
That was his second catch of the game. He was targeted just a minute ago when that pass interference was also called on Sweeney, so that seems to be their target.
Martin handoff. Mason takes a big hit through the middle. That one led by number 52. Not on my Liberty Creek roster. Let's see if...
I think that was 53, Gillespie, but the big guy was 68. Titus Campbell coming in there too.
And it sounded like the PA gave credit to Kingston Rios, who just...
Maybe 22, yeah.
Stuck him.
I saw 5, so there was multiple in there. Martin, 2nd and 10, takes a snap, going to another run. Whistle's going to blow it dead.
False start's going to be called on Smith County.
5:58 to go in the second quarter. This has been a fast-moving first half.
And you like to see it look down there. The student section's not going anywhere. They're embracing this rain here at Liberty Creek High School.
Well, I'm about to have to go embrace this rain to go catch up with Coach Bill Alexander.
Hey, once you're wet, you got to have fun with it. Got to commit to the job. Shooting photos in the rain. Those first 5 minutes, I was like, rain's just hitting me. I got to stand here and take pictures. But, once you're wet, it's just, it's like air, basically.
I think the kid covered in paint would disagree with you.
That's probably going to be a little less fortunate for him. 2nd and long. Martin takes a snap. Looking to pass, throws on the left side. Got a man wide open on the left side. It's going to be a touchdown for Smith County. Jermaine Kaysen had daylight and more.
There was no one even in the vicinity of where Jermaine Kaysen caught that ball. Probably 5 yards behind him were 2 defenders, and he just found himself wide open. The only thing stopping him was if he was able to make that grab, and he just trotted right into the end zone.
And that's something that Liberty Creek has not been tested with this young secondary, is a deep downfield threat. And that time we knew Smith County had it in them, and that time they cash it in.
On for the PAT now is Smith County. Kicker's number 15, Bradley Pickett. Snap is back. Kick is up. It is short. No good. 6-3 will be the lead for Smith County.
And it looks like Liberty Creek had Max Dow coming in there applying some pressure to force Smith County to miss that PAT. So that'll make it interesting later on. It's only a 3-point game, so a field goal can tie it rather than Smith County having that 1-point lead.
And we can see the energy that the Wolves are bringing. On that punt earlier, they had that quick pressure coming in, and on the PAT there as well. So that special teams unit is bringing the heat.
They've done a good job with it so far, but, yeah, we saw Max Dow just get right through there, and that kick did not get up very high at all. That was below the post. It didn't go wide. It was just it was just too low.
He hit kind of the middle of the football, so it went right over the line and just straight from there. Liberty Creek on to receive the kickoff.
And so now if you're Liberty Creek, you got to take a chance to go down here and score. But you got to remember, you get the football to start the second half, and you got to take care of it here and use a drive to run out this clock and not let Smith County get the football back and run the risk of giving up another long play before the half.
And that's the thing. They kept the ball for about 7 minutes on the last time they had it. There's 5:29 left in the second quarter. Liberty Creek is fully capable of holding the ball until halftime.
Interested to see if the Wolves will try their first pass. I mean, it's even less likely now with the rain. The football is going to be wet, and this already is not a heavy passing offense. We'll see what the Wolves can do on this drive. Trailing at 6-3, another field goal would tie it up.
7 plays, 71 yards for Smith County on that drive, 4 minutes and 16 seconds. The big deal, though, was the 15-yard pass interference on third down that kept it alive, and that's bitten Liberty Creek seemingly for 3 weeks in a row, a big penalty at the wrong time.
Bradley Pickett on to kick it off for the Owls. Tuggle and Andrzejewski back deep. Kick to the right side. Tuggle's going to take it from the 10. Running to the right side, got some blocks, still moving. Guys in front, he's hitting that right sideline. Tuggle still going, past the 40 up to the 30, facing contact and out of bounds to the 22. Big return for the Wolves, Matt Tuggle.
And I'm trying to see the number on him right now, but there was a block back where Tuggle was going up the right side. I believe that was number 13 for Liberty Creek. Seth Taylor, what a block for Mac Tuggle to get all the way down to the 18-yard line. He's the reason that Tuggle was able to get that far.
A 72-yard return for Mac Tuggle, and now he's going to be rewarded with a break on the sideline. Grayson Christian in the backfield with Jackson Collier as the Wolves set up offense at the 18-yard line.
And now the official's going to blow it dead. There's official timeout on the field. He's either going to call something on the sideline or there's a problem with the play clock. And considering that the official's coming over, I think that may be the issue. We had this issue last week with the play clock and the 25-second clock here at Liberty Creek, so I wonder if that's not in again. They're trying to figure something out.
I'm wondering if they let it run a little too long because we started out at 5:29, and yes, it was.
That's it. They didn't stop the clock.
And because it got down to about 4:49 on the clock just now, and that play did not take 30, 40 seconds.
It would take me that long to run 40 yards, however.
Move back to 5:18. Now Grayson Christian to carry up the middle, gets to the 15-yard line. Short gain. He's tackled by Jermaine Kaysen, that touchdown receiver just a moment ago for Smith County.
4 carries for 12 yards so far for Grayson Christian. Glad to see him back. High Point Orthopedic Associates injury report was clear, and the Wolves came into this game healthy.
Always good to see that. Hope for more of that in the future. Both sides of the ball. Both teams. Jackson Collier in shotgun. Christian to his left, takes the snap. Christian running right on the handoff. Has a blocker, splits the gap, gets up to the 10-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 2.
3rd and very manageable here for Liberty Creek. I'm very curious to see what they're going to draw up here.
Mac Tuggle back on the field.
And I'm wondering if they would consider going at 4 on 4th down possibly. We saw them go for it on 4th and 4, and this is 3rd and 2.
They've been successful hitting the edges between Grayson Christian and Mac Tuggle, and it looks like a false start on the defense is going to help out the Wolves.
That encroachment looks like they jumped and touched somebody, and that's going to be 5 yards, and that's going to be an F&M Bank.
First down.
Caden Mason got a little ahead of himself that time. Good job by Jackson Collier on the hard count.
Mason just kind of hitting himself in the helmet there. He knew he jumped off sides immediately, so Liberty Creek catching a break and close to punching in. Really good opportunity right here.
Max protect for the Wolves. No receivers out. Mac Tuggle in the backfield. Collier, pressure coming from the edge quick. Tuggle powering forward into the end zone. A touchdown brought to you by Trevecca Nazarene University, and the Wolves take the lead once again.
Nice job there by the running back, who other than Mac Tuggle, just powering his way up the middle and falling right at the goal line for Liberty Creek's first touchdown of the night. The student section's loving it. The blue and red powder is going everywhere.
Second touchdown of the season for Mac Tuggle. And, I mean, obviously you can't see this as you're listening to the radio, but pressure was coming quick from both sides by the Owls, just wide open on each edge. But he hit the middle and just powered. And Lucas Yap nails the extra point.
So your new score is 9-6. Go ahead, Alaina.
10-6.
10-6.
And if you're Coach Bill Alexander, I'm not sure you could have asked for a better sequence there right before halftime. Of course, we saw they could have kept it for a little bit longer, but that 72-yard return by Mac Tuggle really just let him punch it in. And now we're at 4 minutes, so potentially Liberty Creek could get the ball back again before halftime.
And Noah, it reminds me a little bit on the opposite side of what happened last week when we took the lead over White House 9-7, and then they got the big kick return, and it really changed the momentum of the game. The key series here is what Liberty Creek does on defense to follow that. We'd also like to tell you that touchdown was brought to you by Trevecca Nazarene University and the season-long touchdown partner for all games on the WHIN Radio Network. Trevecca has been home to thousands of Sumner County students after high school and has led the way in higher education right from the heart of their Nashville campus. Trevecca is one special university that sets you up for a lifelong touchdown. If you want to learn more about Trevecca, visit them online at trevecca.edu. Trevecca Nazarene University, serving Nashville and the world since 1901, and the alum for yours truly. You're up, Noah.
Lucas Yap on to kick it off. 10-6 lead for Liberty Creek. We got to see what they'll do on defense here. This one taken at the 35 by number 14. Once again, sorry, I do not have that number. But the Wolves, leaning towards that short kick, which surprised me a little bit with the success of the Owls moving the football, especially against a press clock here. 4 minutes here in the first half.
And as Kris mentioned, this is a big play for Liberty Creek defense. They're up 10-6 with 3:57 left to go in the second quarter. If they can get a stop and even a field goal to put them up by a touchdown at halftime, that would be huge because they do get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Would be very, very helpful for Liberty Creek, but it's been tough to kind of stop this Smith County offense. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Martin on the snap, loading it out to the right side. Got a man ahead just off the fingertips. Good pursuit. Thought he had his man. That was Wyatt Claywell. He had to dive forward just off the end of the fingers, and Liberty Creek narrowly escaped big yardage.
And that was a very good, that was just a big break for Liberty Creek. Yep. Wyatt Claywell was a step away from catching that ball off his fingertips, and that was around the 20-yard line, so he would have just trotted right in the end zone as well.
First incompletion for Riley Martin as he tried to go deep that time. It looks like he had the connection. Claywell had that separation, but like you said, just a break for the Wolves. Now they're back at it. Martin in shotgun. Low snap once again, gets it up quick to Caden Mason. Mason working through the middle is going to be wrapped up, taken down.
Looks like 83 Nate King stepping up in there, or maybe, yes, 83 Nate King.
Third down, 3rd and 7. Maybe 3rd and 6. Something in that ballpark.
35 yards on 7 carries so far, so he's had a pretty good start. One thing we failed to mention as they're approaching 3rd down, Smith County has not made a PAT all season. 6 points in all 3 games.
Low snap, not able to control this one. Now he does. Big delay on it, outrunning some pressure, avoids 2 defenders, gets up maybe past the 40. Short of the first down, but great job by Riley Martin to avoid disaster that time. That play might have not gone how they wanted it to, but it certainly could have been worse. Looks like the punt team coming out here. Good stop by Liberty Creek, and now they could extend this lead like you were talking about just a moment ago.
And that was another low snap. That was the result of this 4th down, him having to bobble it a little bit, pick it up off the ground, and Liberty Creek's defense applying some pressure to push him out of bounds on that left side.
And the biggest part about that is he did go out of bounds, like you said, and that stopped the clock. 3:07 left in the first half. Liberty Creek ready to receive this punt. They get the kickoff this time. Lands at the 36 and stops at the 29. Not a bad punt. Liberty Creek will start it from there.
So with 2:57 to go in the first quarter, this is a reminder that All season long, our first downs are brought to you by F&M Bank, a Sumner County High School football presenting partner of WHIN. During this entire season, F&M Bank is proud to again sponsor first downs. Every time Liberty Creek gains a first down during the season, it's an F&M Bank first down. F&M Bank, banking made easy on purpose, a proud supporter of Sumner County High School football on WHIN. Visit them online at myfmbank.com. 2:57 to go, 10-6 lead for Liberty Creek. Pretty efficient first half, except for one big play.
Jackson Collier, an empty backfield, 3 receivers lined up on that left side. Collier on the keeper. Direct snap, taking it across the 30-yard line, still running up the right sideline, outpacing the defenders past the 50. A big gain, an F&M Bank first down, but a flag on the play.
I think they're going to get a holding, that'll back them up. But there was a really good holding, or a block on the outside by Hayden Zimmerly. And I believe that's going to be Titus Campbell, who was called for the holding on Liberty Creek. So that really negated that big play by Collier.
So he's going to get about 12 yards and then the penalty. So this is going to be one of those weird first down yardage markers as he crossed the sticks, and now they're going to bring it back.
Strong run for Jackson Collier, but, maybe it was only because of the hold that did occur.
That's a weird spot because the penalty flag was at the 36, and they're going to spot it at the 25-yard line, but nonetheless, give him about 11 on the carry.
Now the handoff up the middle, bouncing through the right side, still on his feet. Mac Tuggle still going, juking out more defenders up to the 39-yard line. And F&M Bank.
First down, wow. Mac Tuggle, I think he plowed through about 8 or 9 Owls on that play. He was not going to be stopped. What a strong run for Tuggle.
Powerful, powerful run. I mean, shaking off defenders, showing the agility, moving left and right, back juke, all kinds of moves from the running back that time. 2 receivers out left. Collier still in shotgun. Motion over the middle. Another handoff. This one to Tuggle once again. He's breaking up the middle yet again. Gets to the 46-yard line, and they are in Owls territory. 2 minutes on that clock.
We talked about how Liberty Creek likes to run towards the outside, but back-to-back play, Tuggle's run it right up the middle and picked up about 14 or 15 yards on those plays.
Another first down brought to you by F&M Bank. Liberty Creek moving it quick on this possession as they need to. The rain still pouring in as we approach halftime. Liberty Creek leading it 10-6. Collier takes a snap. Tuggle once again up the middle. This time gets to maybe about the 43-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 7 or 6. Maybe 2nd and 5.
And all of a sudden he's got 12 carries for 75 yards plus a 72-yard kick return.
He has been electric. Early nomination for our player of the game.
Gillespie is in there too on defense, though.
I believe Tuggle has the touchdown as well for Liberty Creek.
Strong touchdown run. Collier takes a snap. Grayson Christian with a carry on the left side, breaks through the gap, gets across the first down marker, up to the 35-yard line. Another F&M Bank.
First down.
Strong running game for Liberty Creek.
I think Christian was trying to get out of bounds there as there were just under a minute left. The clock is rolling. Liberty Creek only has 1 timeout left.
They would not mind getting in field goal range for Lucas Yap. Once again, that would give them a touchdown lead, 13-7. But they got a little work to do. Collier looking to pass this time. Will be his first of the game if he gets it off. Throws quick to the right side. Got his man complete up to the 20-yard line. Still going. Powering up to the 16. That's Seth Taylor on the reception.
Seth Taylor doing a really good job finding an open gap around the 20-yard line. And Collier, credit to him for making the completion. They needed a big chunk of yards, and they're all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Just about what the Wolves needed, and now they got to keep going. As he's going to spike it in one of the kind of the funniest spikes I've ever seen. Just immediately, patted that one down.
So that stops it at 31 seconds left. 1 timeout left for Liberty Creek, 1 for Smith County. Exactly 31 seconds left to go on the 16-yard line.
Collier and Tuggle looking on, waiting for this play as Smith County going to make 3 defensive subs here. 2nd and 10.
Mind you, the rain's still pouring down pretty heavy here at Liberty Creek High School.
31 seconds. Collier looking to pass. RPO throws to the right side, got his man complete into the end zone. Sully Harper, the tight end, in for the touchdown, brought to you by Trevecca Nazarene University.
Nice job there by Jackson Collier. Faked the handoff to Mac Tuggle, floated it up into the back right corner of the end zone. Second touchdown of the first half for big tight end number 0, Sully Harper, and that is what Liberty Creek was looking for to end this half.
The first passing touchdown of the season for Jackson Collier comes in week 3.
And you have to imagine how much confidence that's going to instill in the young sophomore quarterback.
So Sully Harper with his first reception ever is a touchdown, and Lucas Yap nails his second PAT along with a field goal. 17-6 lead, 26 seconds left in the first half.
The only one timeout left for Smith County. You have to imagine, are they going to try to throw it deep? We've seen them be successful with that so far. Do they want to try to, score? And as you talked about earlier, Noah, this is a team who has not made a PAT yet. Their kicker earlier had missed that attempt, so we don't know if they'd want to even attempt to get into field goal range because of that. I don't know how strong the leg is on their kicker, but has not been successful with the PAT earlier tonight. Only 26 seconds, so do you think maybe Smith County wants to take a shot here depending on how far they can return it? I mean, they've yet to return it tonight, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do with this decent amount of time left.
You mentioned that lack of PATs. They have a 20-6 loss to Gordonsville in week 1 and a 35-6 loss to DeKalb County. Getting ready for the kickoff here. See if Lucas Yap puts it short again. There's only 26 seconds left. A 2-score lead for Liberty Creek as they've been really, really efficient on offense. Yap kicks this one to the 32-yard line. This one going to be returned. Caden Mason trying to outrun, still on his feet, spinning around, and is down at the 35. A lot of effort, not a lot of space to go, but still a lot of effort from Caden Mason.
And now you wonder what they do, and it probably would have been better if he would have just fallen on the ball. He wasted 11 seconds. I don't want to say waste, but 11 seconds was taken off the clock with him trying to make something out of nothing. He would have, if he would have just fallen on the ball.
Yep. Gained 2 yards.
Yeah.
Maybe. It was an impressive seeing him stay on his feet through all those moves, but, like you said, that clock management not as handy for them. Now they're on to see what they can do. 15 seconds from their own 35, trailing at 17-6. Handed off on the left side here. This give is to Jermaine Kaysen. He would have some more room, but a great wrap-up tackle made by number 26, Dalton Parrott.
And I believe they're just going to let that clock run out here, and that'll take us to halftime.
And so a strong first half for Liberty Creek. Really good on offense. 17-6 they lead. Let's talk about those scores that they've had so far.
Yeah, Mac Tuggle punched that in for a touchdown. He kept it on the ground, picked it up about, I believe, his 8 or 9 yard run. So strong take for Tuggle. He's been very impressive. Had that huge 72-yard return on the kickoff. And, we can't overlook the fact that Jackson Collier threw his first touchdown of the year and the confidence that's going to give him. Sully Harper's first catch of the night in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. And 17 points on offense for Liberty Creek. They looked really good and controlled the line really well in that first half.
So you said first catch of the night for Sully Harper. Absolutely true. First catch of his career as well. So how awesome is that? His first catch is going to be a touchdown. Similar to last night, if you watched the NFL, Xavier Worthy, his first NFL touch was a touchdown. So pretty awesome for him. It's always a good feeling to kind of get the nerves out that way. You get your first reception off the board, and it's points for your team. So a 17-6, but not to go unnoticed. Lucas Yap, a field goal to start it off, 3-0 for the Wolves. Now 2 PATs. And that's a part of this 17-6 lead. At the end of the first half, that is your score. It's time for the Invisible Smiles of Tennessee halftime report right here on WHIN Radio. We're going to take a break, hear a few ads, and then be back with an interview with head coach Bill Alexander, brought to you by Kris Freeman, and get a look at the scoreboard for high school football around Middle Tennessee and Sumner County. We'll be right back. Noah Freeman alongside Alaina Morris on WHIN Radio.
Hello, I'm William Stiles, your country financial agent here in Sumner County. I care about this community and the people in it, and I'll take time to get to know you so I can help protect you and your family and their future. Find me at WilliamStiles.net to experience more. Again, that is WilliamStiles.net.
A little change can go a long way. That's why F&M Bank offers SmartSwipe, a great tool that deposits change to your savings account every time you make a debit card purchase. Buy your morning latte for $5.28. The difference of 72 cents is transferred to your savings account. Build your savings with every debit card purchase. You work hard for your money, and we'll work just as hard to help you make the most of it. Come see us at one of our branches or online at myfmbank.com, member FDIC.
First National Bank, growing with you, continuing the legacy of hometown banking, service, and support that Sumner County has grown to love. With 3 locations and a variety of online banking products, First National Bank offers the best of both worlds. That small bank atmosphere with big bank resources. Visit us online at fnbank.net or stop by one of our locations in Gallatin, Hendersonville, or Hartsville. First National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Who knows when you'll need a roofing company, but if you own a home or business, you will. That's why you need to know Shrums Roofing Company, a local, family-owned and operated company in Gallatin since 1976. That's nearly 50 years of service by the Shrums family, and they aren't going anywhere. No job is too large and no repair is too small. You'll get their commitment to a quality job every time. They're your neighbors and deeply involved in our community, and they treat your home or business just like it was theirs. And if you need siding or gutters, Shrums Roofing Company delivers the best there too. Shrums gives you a lifetime warranty on all workmanship for your peace of mind. So when you need roofing, siding, or gutters, you'll only get top-notch service from the Shrums Roofing Company family. Get to know them today. Go to shrumsroofing.com or call 615-675-4489. That's 615-675-4489.
Nothing says game day like good friends and great food. And at Slim Chickens, we know great food. From our 100% all-natural chicken tenders, fresh-made wings served with house sauces, to delicious chicken sandwiches, crisp salads, southern sides, and desserts you just can't get anywhere else. At Slim's, we have the food you love, made fresh for the people you care about. Dine in, drive through, or order online. Slim Chickens.
That's Slim Chickens in Hendersonville at 218 East Main Street.
When it comes to getting a quality college education, you don't have to choose between affordability and real earning potential. At Trevecca, graduates with a bachelor's degree earn the second highest average salaries in Tennessee according to grad reports. Combine that with low tuition, academic excellence, and a caring campus community in the heart of Nashville, and you have one special university that sets you up for success like no other place. Visit Trevecca.edu to start a college journey that offers a great return on your investment and a positive direction for your future.
Pony Mailbox and Business Center is your one-stop shop for all of your packing and shipping needs. Locally owned and operated, we provide shipping services through all of the major U.S. carriers, including FedEx, UPS, DHL, and the Postal Service. With 2 convenient locations, you are never too far away. We're located at 242 West Main Street in Hendersonville and 540 West Main Street in Gallatin. In addition to shipping and selling a wide variety of packing supplies, we also provide copy, fax, notary, and print services, including banners, blueprints, and business cards.
Hello, my name is Tommy Oldham. I own and operate Pony Mailbox and Business Center in Hendersonville and Gallatin. Whether you need to ship a package or have your documents printed, copied, faxed, or notarized, stop by either of our 2 convenient locations and let us provide you with our fast and friendly service.
And there's the sap. Oh, what a hit! Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
You okay, kid? That was a tough hit.
Yeah, coach, but I think I need to get my teeth aligned. You know, fix this smile.
I've got just the solution, champ. Invisible Smiles of Tennessee.
Invisible Smiles of Tennessee. Clear, comfortable aligners that are perfect for athletes at half the cost of traditional braces.
No more metal braces for me. I can still play hard and keep my smile looking great. Plus, I can use my aligners as a custom mouth guard.
Whether you're in the game or cheering from the sidelines, Invisible Smiles of Tennessee is your go-to for a winning smile. Visit iSmilesTN.com today and score a touchdown for your smile. Invisible Smiles of Tennessee, 615-265-8543 to schedule your complimentary consultation. That's 615-265-8543 or visit the website at iSmilesTN.com. Invisible Smiles of Tennessee, where your journey to a straighter, more beautiful smile begins, because a smile should be affordable.
You've been in an accident. You're hurt. You know you need a lawyer, but who? I'm attorney Michael Ponce. I grew up here in Sumner County, and for more than 25 years, our firm has grown into one of the largest and most powerful firms in the area. We've done this by getting results for our clients and by providing personalized representation in every case. So if you need a lawyer you can trust, call Ponce Law, Justice for All, 615-851-1776.
The Ingram Law Firm in Gallatin is your trusted source for expert legal counsel, a full-service law firm dedicated to providing top-notch legal services to our community. Whether you need assistance with family law, mediation, criminal defense, wills and estates, and civil litigation, the Ingram Law Firm is here to help. Our experienced team offers personalized and compassionate service, fighting for your rights and guiding you through every legal challenge.
Hello, I'm Jay Ingram. I founded the Ingram Law Firm after practicing 23 years with my father, Bob Ingram, who started his practice in 1976. And though he is now retired, we work to make him proud every day, committed to delivering justice and peace of mind to our clients. Let our firm handle your legal needs with the care and expertise you deserve.
Call Ingram Law Firm today at 615-452-6613 for a consultation, or visit us online at ingramlawyers.com. Experience the difference of a law firm that truly cares. Ingram Law Firm, trusted legal counsel, serving all of Sumner County and beyond. ingramlawyers.com.
And now, the Invisible Smiles of Tennessee halftime report. Invisible Smiles of Tennessee, because a great smile should be affordable. A proud sponsor of Sumner County High School football. Now, let's get a breakdown of tonight's game so far and look around the county.
And welcome back to Liberty Creek High School. It's halftime, and the Wolves bounce back from a 6-3 deficit to take a 17-6 lead here at the half. And guys, I'm here with Noah Freeman and Alaina Morris. In the first half, that was a really impressive end of the second quarter for the Liberty Creek Wolves. Noah, how do you feel about the way you've seen them move efficiently on offense and in special teams?
I mean, they were traditionally moving with the run. That entire first quarter was a long drive, and they only ran the ball. And then right there at the end of the first half, they finally passed the ball just twice. It's not a team that passes a lot, but Jackson Collier is 2 for 2 with big success in the pass game, hitting his guy Sully Harper in the end zone for that second touchdown. And Mac Tuggle has been strong carrying the football. Lucas Yap very efficient with a field goal and 2 PATs towards this lead for Liberty Creek.
Alaina, in the first half, the most important thing that Liberty Creek did was capture the momentum back after giving up a big play. It was the first time that the defensive secondary has been tested like that. But Mac Tuggle, there's a lot of tough in that kid's body in that number 8 jersey.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we talked about the momentum that return had brought, and Mac Tuggle took it 72 yards all the way down to the 16-yard line of Smith County, and that really pushed them forward. And that huge touchdown pass for Smith County, that could have really blown it open, and Liberty Creek could have gotten down on themselves, but instead Mac Tuggle, he just did what he knew how to do, run fast, and got Liberty Creek in really good scoring position, and they were able to capitalize on that and take an 11-point lead at the half.
So Dr. Bill Taylor and Invisible Smiles of Tennessee proudly sponsor the Halftime Report. If you're looking for top quality and budget-friendly orthodontic care in Sumner County, choose Invisible Smiles. They are the Invisalign-only practice in Sumner County, specializing in providing the perfect smile at nearly half the cost of traditional braces. Check out the amazing difference and cost savings you'll get at iSmiles.com. Noah, let's take a look at the first half, and as we look at not only Mac Tuggle getting nearly 100 yards, all about 80 yards on the ground, we also got him into the end zone, and then Liberty Creek was able to add a touchdown to Sully Harper late. Run down the scoring recap for us here in the first half.
The first score was by Lucas Yap, a 24-yard field goal. at 9:45 in the second quarter. That drive was 14 plays, 43 yards, 7.5 minutes of offense. And then Riley Martin threw to Jermaine Kaysen, a 45-yard passing touchdown. PAT was no good. They are 0 for 3 on PATs on the season. That was with 5.5 minutes on the clock. That was 7 plays, a 71-yard drive, 4 minutes of offense on that one. Mac Tuggle with a 5-yard carry. PAT good by Lucas Yap. That was with 4 minutes on the clock. 4 plays, 18 yards, a minute and a half total on that drive. Jackson Collier to Sully Harper for a 16-yard passing touchdown with 26 seconds on the clock. 9 plays, 76 yards with a minute and a half remaining in the first half.
And now we're going to go down to the field. Kris Freeman able to catch up with Coach Bill Alexander.
So we're having just a technical difficulty with that with the rain. So we'll get that loaded up here in just a minute. But while we're loading that video back up, and that's my fault, we've got some pouring rain here. Let's talk about the weather conditions that have changed and how good this field is compared to last week when it was burning up in the sun a little bit. And you can really tell what a week's worth of rain and last weekend did to really improve the field conditions here.
I mean, last week was really hot, like you said, and pretty humid too. And Liberty Creek just looked a little gas out there. I mean, that second half was kind of tough for them. But right now they have the momentum. You know, the rain is usually an impact in the passing offense, harder to control the ball when you want to throw it. But for Liberty Creek, they like to run it. So I think that'll still be efficient offense for them. As far as it goes for Smith County, they look good running the football, but they also have that passing game in their repertoire. And they've had a couple completed passes downfield, and we'll see kind of what they move to if they stay away from the pass a little more with this rain.
Well, speaking of that, Alaina, if you're Liberty Creek and you got the football right here, you'd like to chew up about 7 minutes and really just focus on putting this game away as you start the second half.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, we saw them do that earlier in this game. They chewed up 7 minutes, as you mentioned. They capitalized on that with a score. And so if they can take up that much time, half of a quarter pretty much, and be able to score, I mean, they're going to put themselves in a really good position for the rest of the game. They're currently up 17-6. But so yeah, I mean, if they can capitalize and chew up that time, it'd be really good for Liberty Creek. But I believe you've got that going now. We'll be able to hear from Coach Bill Alexander and his thoughts at halftime.
This is Kris Freeman with WHIN Radio and Liberty Creek Football. We're at the end of the first half. Coach, that was a great bounce-back answer for your guys and a pretty good first half overall.
Yeah, you know, we got the ball 3 times and got 3 scores, which is really efficient for our offense. Thought the defense played really well, except we gave up 1 long pass. We just both bit on the dig and gave up the deep route, and then we got beat 1 more time. We just lucked up and they didn't get it. I thought we played well. Special teams have played super, and, you know, we thought we could get a kick return on them, and after they scored, we did, and that was awesome.
Yeah, so the bounce back, get the kick return, but overall efficient on offense. And how about Sully Harper getting his first career touchdown?
Sully got his first career touchdown. That was a great call by Coach to go heavy. And, you know, we tried to go empty because we knew they would go really heavy in the first drive and ended up having to settle for a field goal. And so he went heavy and threw the power pass. That was a really good play.
Well, Coach Alexander, good luck in the second half. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, this is Kris Freeman for WHIN Radio and Liberty Creek Football. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the end of the game and hopefully after a big Wolves win.
So back here live at the Ponce Law Just for All Broadcast Center. We got about 5.5 minutes until we return to play. Let's look at some scores around the county, brought to you by Kris Freeman.
So in Sumner County right now, it is CPA on top of Pope Prep 21-0. Pope Prep in danger of falling to 0-3 to start the season, but everybody knew that they were going to have a very, very tough result against CPA and their first 3 games of the season. Westmoreland leads White House Heritage 14-0. Westmoreland's going to be an upcoming opponent for us, so we're taking a look at that one. It is Brentwood 21, Hendersonville 7. So the Commandos are 2-0, and they are in danger of losing their first game tonight. Marshall County 20 over Station Camp 20, and that game is over at Station Camp, and we have heard that it is an absolute monsoon about 5 minutes away over there at Station Camp. Mount Juliet leads Gallatin 17-0, and then Montgomery Central 7-0 over White House. We're still looking for a beach score and an update. It is now Brentwood 35, Hendersonville 14.
Wow.
So before the half, that game got out of hand really quickly. We don't have a score on Beach right now, and then also waiting on a score on Portland, who's taking on Davidson Academy, and that could be a really, really big win for the Panthers, who are also 2-0, as Hendersonville and Portland are the only two 2-0 teams coming in to tonight's game. We're going to take a quick break, listen to some more ads, and we'll be back for the start of the third quarter. It's homecoming here at Liberty Creek, 17-6. The Wolves lead it over the Smith County Owls, and you're listening to Liberty Creek Football, and this is WHIN Radio.
This is Pete Weber, voice of the Nashville Predators, and you're listening to Sumner County High School Football on the WHIN Radio Network.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Mike Keith, voice of the Tennessee Titans, and you're listening to Sumner County High School football action on the WHIN Radio Network.
Our call letters are WHIN. Our dial position is 100.7 FM and 1010 AM. On the World Wide Web, it's WHINradio.com. We're Sumner County's #1 hit music station.
You've heard this before. There's never been a better time. And guess what? If you're looking for a new career to work locally in Sumner County, to make an impact on the growth and commerce in our community, to have fun, probably a lot of fun, then there really has never been a better time to consider broadcast and digital sales. WHIN Radio is locally owned and operated from right here in the streets of Indian Lake. And we're looking for a broadcast and digital advertising salesperson to join the team today. Radio still reaches more people every day than any other platform. More than TV, cable, even internet-connected devices. So if you want to explore a career with a solid base salary, higher than average commissions, and other benefits, call today for a private conversation. The number is 844-616-1010. 844-616-1010. Or you can reach our general manager by email, randy@WHINradio.com. WHIN is an equal opportunity employer. Call now. There hasn't been a better time.
Sumner County's hit music station, 100.7 WHIN.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
We've got thousands of friends on Facebook. Are you one of them? 100.7. The new WHIN 1010 AM.
You'll always find it at the streets of Indian Lake in Hendersonville. Books to bodyworks, clothing to candles, outdoor equipment, sunglasses, physical fitness classes, a hair salon for children, beauty supplies, athletic shoes, a nail spa, financial and investing services, and you can even get math help for the kids. Did we mention food? You'll find great restaurants serving the most delicious foods and desserts right here at the streets of Indian Lake. All these fine merchants and restaurants together to give you the most unique shopping and dining experience in Sumner County. The streets of Indian Lake, located off Exit 7, Vietnam Veterans Boulevard in Hendersonville. Hey, and don't forget, the Hendersonville Farmers and Artisan Market continues every Saturday from 8:30 until 1:30 through October the 31st. We look forward to seeing you at the streets of Indian Lake, 300 Indian Lake Boulevard in Hendersonville.
Our call letters are WHIN. Our dial position is 100.7 FM and 1010 AM. On the World Wide Web, it's WHINradio.com. We're Sumner County's #1 hit music station. A radio station the whole family can listen to in the car. 100.7 WHIN 1010 AM.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Mike Keith, voice of the Tennessee Titans, and you're listening to Sumner County High School football action on the WHIN Radio Network.
This is Pete Weber, voice of the Nashville Predators, and you're listening to Sumner County High School Football on the WHIN Radio Network.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Hendersonville and Gallatin's #1 hit music station, 100.7, the new WHIN, 1010 AM.
Hi, everybody. This is Eli Gold, and you're listening to Sumner County High School Football on the WHIN Radio Network, live streaming around the world.
Hi, it's Chris Lake from WHIN's Lake by the Lake. Listen into the show each Tuesday afternoon at 5:55 p.m. for Tail Wagon Tuesday's Pet of the Week. Brought to you by Wolfgang Bakery and Grooming of Hendersonville. Every week, WHIN Radio, along with Wolfgang Bakery and Grooming, are looking for the best forever homes available for our featured furry friends, currently residing in the Humane Society of Sumner County. Get all the details at WHINradio.com.
And this has been the Invisible Smiles halftime report. And now it's time for the second half and the Sumner Prevention Coalition kickoff. This is Chris Freeman alongside Noah Freeman and Alaina Morris. And we're back with Liberty Creek football to start the second half. The Wolves lead it 17-6. Noah and Alaina take it away as the Owls are going to kick it off.
Owls set to kick it off, like you said, trailing 17-6. But they got to get a stop first. Liberty Creek could really, truly extend this lead here. Their offense looked really good in that first half. They've had a little bit of rest, still dealing with that rain on the field. We'll see what happens.
And we did get one more scoring update. Portland leads Davidson Academy 14-10 at half. Panthers trying to stay undefeated. In Beach and Riverdale, we're not going to talk about what's happening over there because the weather is worse than it is here, and they're not playing football.
Bad omen. Not going to jinx it. Kickoff here. Shallow kick, bounces at the 33. Now being returned up to the 35-yard line. Wolves will start it from there.
And in this first quarter, or even first half, we saw the ability that Liberty Creek had to chew the clock because this is a team that likes to stay on the ground and use their legs. They've only attempted 2 passes tonight. Both of them were completed. And so if Liberty Creek just keeps running the ball, they're going to chew that clock up. It's 12-minute quarters, 11:55 to start out here. And, yeah, I mean, if Liberty Creek can run the ball and chew up that time and score, it's going to be really tough for Smith County.
Definitely. Jackson Collier in the shotgun. 2 receivers out left. Mac Tuggle in the backfield. First offensive play of the second half for the Wolves. Takes a snap. Tuggle with the carry up the middle. Wrapped up pretty fast. Might have gotten a tiny bit of forward progress.
Not sure there was a lot there. Maybe 2 on the play.
They're going to give him a generous 2 yards there, right across the 35. 37 maybe.
The thing I've noticed out of Smith County, we said this is a younger team that's only got 23 juniors and seniors. They're going to have a whole lot of trouble against teams like Westmoreland and East Robertson up front.
Collier takes a snap, handoff across the right side. Mac Tuggle working through, gets across the 40. He was wrapped up and taken down that time. Tackle by Cole Hackett. It's going to be 3rd down for the Wolves. Grant Garner subs in.
Looks like Tuggle only got about 3 yards on that carry.
3rd and a long 4.
You know, I went out to interview Coach Bill Alexander, and it's, even though the lights look like it, it's barely raining at all. So the weather is not really a factor now. It's not even enough to really get you wet if you're walking out on the field.
Yeah, the lights definitely make it look heavier than it's appearing, but still a lot of people in the stands, a lot of people in the concourse here. at Liberty Creek as there's a whistle blown down on the field.
Going to be a timeout taken. I'll just totally unrelated add that if you got yourself a pair of binoculars, you're at a football game and it's raining, if you look at the lights and just watch the rainfall, it's so beautiful. I did that last week at MTSU. It was great. It's just a great view. I love rain.
Well, you know, in a 2.5-hour rain delay, you do a lot of things.
I was going to say, you had plenty of time to look at the rain.
There was a lot of things to appreciate, except for the fact that we weren't playing football.
And there was a period of time where you could have floated ducks and caught catfish on the middle of the field, because I have never seen that much standing rain in a long time, as it was coming an absolute downpour, and then lightning. The bleachers at Middle Tennessee State University are kind of like a lot of stadiums where that's not the place that you want to be if there is lightning in the area. And there was definitely lightning in the area last week. So luckily here it's just been rain. As we said, Beach and Riverdale, just about 6 miles away, have been in a lightning delay for an hour and a half.
You said it. Said you weren't going to say it. You said it. 3 receivers out left. Collier takes a snap. Keeper on the right side, dealing with some blocks, works through the middle, gets across the 45 up to the 50. Even more, he's out of bounds at the 47. That's an F&M Bank.
First down. And that was a nice block by number 73, Hayden Zimmerly. Collier was able to cut back in, move his legs forward for that first down.
We talked about it with Brian Rager a lot last year. This was my favorite play. We call that the tiptoe RPO, and that's exactly what Jackson Collier there did, is he just waited for his spot and then cut it upfield.
Under center. Give through the middle, Mac Tuggle, nowhere to go. Instantly wrapped up, taken down. Combo there between two Owl defenders. It'll be Rustin Kemp in on the stop.
Kind of looked like even number 16, the defensive back, Max Long, came up and initially was in there at first as well.
I believe Jay Howell helping as well.
Quite a few Owls coming in there on the play to end that one quickly.
2 receivers out left, Tuggle in the backfield. Actually, I think that's Grayson Christian in the backfield it is. Collier on the fake, a keeper, not much doing. 4 Owls packed together to make the stop. Tackle led by Max Long. 3rd and a long 7, maybe 8. We'll see if the Wolves go to the air here.
Only 2 passing attempts tonight for Jackson Collier. A long 3rd down, like you mentioned, Noah. And it'll be interesting to see if they decide to throw it.
3 receivers left, 1 on the right side. Collier revising that play, looking to the sideline, making an adjustment. Back in shotgun. Grayson Christian immediately to his left. Collier takes a snap, looking to keep it. Shuffling in the pocket, nowhere to go. Pulled by his jersey and a sack. That sack by number 52, Paxton Hicks. 4th and long for the Wolves.
He came into this game leading Smith County in tackles. It's Paxton Hicks on the stop, but even though they weren't able to really put together a string of plays, they killed about 4 minutes there on their opening possession.
3rd sack of the season for Paxton Hicks, and I believe this is the first punt for Liberty Creek in this game. Snap is back. Sends it away. That ball floating. Going to land at about the 23. Going to stop at the 14-yard line.
And that was Lucas Yap punting as well, and got a nice generous bounce there at the end to roll down to the 15, as you mentioned.
So they're going to give him the 15. Smith County going to take over. 7:56 left in this 3rd quarter.
And with the rain really lightening up, I probably could have phrased that better, not throwing the word lightning in there, but the rain is not coming down very heavy at all right now. So that's where you kind of want to pay attention to seeing if they'll start throwing it a little bit more. We've seen the arm of Riley Martin so far tonight taking a couple shots deep, and so with not a lot of rain here, we could see them go to the air a little bit more than keeping it on the ground.
For sure, especially push back in their own territory. Another low snap. They're going to throw quick to the right side. Jermaine Kaysen with the reception, still trying to make some room, and ultimately not anywhere to go, but a lot of moving of those feet for Jermaine Kaysen.
Quite a few spin moves over there. I'm not sure he picked up anything, maybe even a loss of 1 Just kind of stuck over on that right side with 4 Wolves around him.
I believe Mac Tuggle, Jeremiah Warren, both a part of that stop.
Martin is now 6 out of 7 on the game, but no yards on that one. Overall, he's got 88 yards total.
That one incompletion was a deep pass that was just off the fingertips of his receiver. Martin takes the snap. This one a handoff to Mason. Caden Mason going to get about 3 or 4 yards up to the 19-yard line.
Smith County really needs this first down here, so this is a huge possession for both sides.
Liberty Creek needs to step up. Tackle made by Nate King and a couple others. 3rd and 5. 17-6 lead for Liberty Creek.
We saw at the beginning of the game they were throwing it short. 3rd and 5, we might see something similar.
Martin in shotgun. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Takes the snap. He's looking left, throws quick, a dart over the middle. Caught by his man at the 27, working past the 30 up to the 31. Flag on the field. Reception was by Wyatt Claywell.
I wonder if this is not an illegal man downfield or either an illegal block.
It's going to be a penalty against Smith County, so they will back him up.
But back to revisit what we said earlier. Wyatt Claywell wearing that protective helmet with the padding on the outside. He is a captain for Smith County. It's a new thing in the NFL this year. They can choose to wear those if they'd like.
Definitely an interesting concept. I'm curious to see how many players will be wearing that on Sunday, but
yep. It fights against, those easy concussion opportunities, but they also do look a little bit funky at times.
We want to thank the Tennessee Titans for coming up here last week for the Tennessee Titans Game of the Week. Josh Wiley is going to wear the Guardian cap for the Titans for certain on Sunday. They released it today. The logo is a little bit more to the top of the helmet, and you can definitely tell it's missing the stripe as it's just all navy blue.
Martin back to pass, looking to the right side, throws a dart, got his man. Shallow completion, but I think it is enough for a first down as he got that one down to his receiver, Gage Gibbs.
And Gibbs probably picked it up past the 6 by just about a yard. But a nice dart over the middle there by the quarterback, Riley Martin.
Smith County really picking up that passing game.
That was the 3rd reception of the night for Gage Gibbs. He had a touchdown, the only touchdown for Smith County tonight.
I believe that was Jermaine Kaysen that had that touchdown on the left side. But Gibbs had another deep ball earlier in the game.
Excuse me, yes, you're correct with that one.
Martin, another low snap, able to pull it up, get it up fast. Over the middle, Jermaine Kaysen with the reception, moving backfield, gets up to, I believe, the 35.
So after a lot of running so far, a couple back-to-back passing plays for the Owls.
Isaac South in on the tackle. 2nd and a long 3.
4th reception there on the night for Jermaine Kaysen, who picked up 7.
2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Been a minute since the Owls ran the football. Martin on a keeper up the middle, wrapped up, taken down, nowhere to go on the tackle, number 58, Preston Baker.
Baker doing a nice job there to get to the quarterback, wrapped him up by his feet, took him down immediately, and they're stuck right at those 3 yards they need to pick up to move the chains. So 3rd, and actually they're going to say he lost a yard there on that one, so we 3rd and 4.
Good tackle by Preston Baker on the pressure. Martin just looked a little distraught as soon as he snapped that one on the keeper. Didn't have much room on the left side and was taken down. Same formation with 2 right, 1 on the left, 1 man in the backfield, 2 is right this time. It's Caden Mason. 3rd and 4. Martin takes the snap. Throws quick to the right side. Jermaine Kaysen a catch on the outside. Elusive move through the middle, pushing to the pylon, or excuse me, not the pylon, but the first down marker. The pylon's a little bit away down the field.
That's going to be close.
Looks like it's a cross. Yep. Another first down for the Owls, and Jermaine Kaysen just really, really elusive. Nice moves after he catches that football.
That's his 5th catch of the night. Kaysen, as you mentioned, very elusive, very quick. Got just to that marker and maybe a step shorter. I don't think he would have got that. So just right at the line to gain for Kaysen to move the chains for Smith County.
Jermaine Kaysen, one of 6 seniors on this Smith County team. Martin gives Up the middle to Mason. Gets it up to the 39-yard line. Short gain that time. Caden Mason with another carry.
A lot of the plays that we've seen so far in this third quarter have just been really short gains and just trying to, pick up a couple at a time. But, Noah, this game is moving pretty quickly. You can't really play that short game the rest of the night. They're already down to 3.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, these are two teams who love to run the football, so the clock generally stays moving kind of quick. Martin takes a snap. Dropping back to pass, looking deep to the right side. He's got a man, but it's dropped. Slippery hands and incompletion as Chris Sweeney lost him on the coverage, fell to his feet, but right into the hands of number 4, Gage Gibbs, and just fell out.
And a couple thoughts going through my mind. That ball was a little bit underthrown. I think Gibbs they didn't throw a flag. It looked a little bit like he pushed off of Sweeney. Sweeney fell to the ground, so if Gibbs would have made the catch, I'm not sure if he would have, had fallen if he made the catch or if he'd been able to run for a touchdown, but Liberty Creek caught a break there.
Well, to better describe what that kind of looked like, they were downfield, like you said, it was underthrown. He stops, goes back to it a little bit, jumps straight in the air pursuing the ball, and it kind of falls out of his hands after it hits him in the chest. Now a quick throw to the left side, caught by Wyatt Claywell, an athletic catch up to the 49, and a first down for the Owls.
That was a nice job by Claywell on that left sideline to make himself open, and he was the target earlier that was a couple of fingertips away from that touchdown grab. And so you have to, imagine that Martin felt good connecting there with Claywell.
Right at midfield, good throw by Riley Martin. Two receivers right. Owls trending in that passing game. It's becoming their best friend, but that clock is ticking. Takes a snap. Caden Mason carrying on the right side, being pursued and taken down at the line of scrimmage by number 53, Daniel Gillespie. He's got 2 sacks in this game.
Really good tackle by Gillespie to keep him just at where the line of scrimmage is. And, we talked about him quite a bit tonight. He's come up, and he's been a monster on defense for the Wolves.
If you got to talk about 2 playmakers on both sides of the ball, Daniel Gillespie has been huge on defense. Mac Tuggle, huge on offense. And Liberty Creek holding on to this 11-point lead. Clock at 2:18 here in the third quarter.
The Owls have been passing it a little bit more as we've seen on this drive.
Martin takes a snap, looking to pass once again. Looking over the middle, throws to the left side, got his man. Receiver is number 8, spinning out into the end zone. A touchdown for number 8, Cole Hackett.
And Tuggle was there. He had a hold of his jersey, but somehow Cole Hackett just able to get away from Tuggle, and now it's a whole different ball game with Smith County finding the end zone.
A 50-yard touchdown thrown by Riley Martin to Cole Hackett. Got his man downfield, and that's really working out for them. That secondary for Liberty Creek has to realize this change in trend, and that might be going for 2. We talked about those PAT failures on the season. They're 0 for 3, and this would make it a field goal game as well, so definitely a smart move for the Owls. Lined up for it.
Down by 5. This makes the most sense.
Martin to pass, rolling out to the right side. Got a man right to the end zone. Incomplete. 17-12 your score. 1:58 left in the third quarter. Liberty Creek leads it by 5.
Yeah, no good there by Martin. I think it was Hackett trying to run a little screen across the middle, and he had it in his hands but just dropped it there. So that makes it also interesting because it's a 5-point game, and so Smith County will have to score again. A field goal does you no good.
A long drive for Liberty Creek would be really beneficial if they can march downfield. So Riley Martin to Cole Hackett, 50-yard pass. 2-point is incomplete with 1:58 on the clock. There was an 8-play drive for 76 yards, 6 minutes of offense on that one.
And that touchdown drive, that was a nice job there by Cole Hackett not to give up on that play. Tuggle was in the vicinity and had a hand on him, but Hackett just keeping the wheels churning and finding the end zone.
Great move. He had that separation, like you said, and used it well. So this ball game changed up a little bit as they were slowly moving down the field. A couple big plays, a couple dead plays as well. Liberty Creek unsuccessful on their first drive of the second half, but looking to bounce back here. Had their first punt of the ball game on their previous drive.
I wouldn't expect that they're going to kick this ball to Mac Tuggle.
Not after that 72-yard return. That's a good point there. And Another note, the rain looks like it's completely stopped. If you look up towards those lights over the stadium, not seeing anything anymore.
Beach and Riverdale are playing now, and they've made it to halftime at 0-0 as that game was really impacted by the lightning.
Shallow kick going to go out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Flag going to be thrown for the penalty kick out of bounds.
So if you're not familiar with the penalty flag on that, if it goes past the point of scrimmage or the line where they place it, then they'll bring it back to the line of scrimmage for 1st and 10. If it is a short kick and it goes out of bounds at, say, the 43-yard line, you'll get it where it goes out of bounds. So depends on where it goes out of bounds. They'll spot it. This time it'll be at the scrimmage line of the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wolves. 1:58 to go. Guys, what do you think here? I think you got to drive it down and get a score and get back to a 2-score lead.
Totally. I mean, I think using that run offense, slowly marching down the field, and even a field goal would suit you well. It puts you up 8 points, and you got to put a lot more pressure on Smith County there. Now run up the middle by Mac Tuggle. Immediately spins out of the contact up to the 45, pushing up to the 47, and F&M Bank.
First down.
What a strong run by Mac Tuggle. Just spinning and churning and keep on going.
And Noah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Even a field goal would do them well because that would put them up by 8. And as we've seen, and a whistle's going to be blown and a play will be called dead, but
they tried to go quick there, which kind of confuses me. I mean, you want to use that clock up, and they tried to run a little bit of a hurry-up offense that time.
Going to be a timeout for Smith County. But like you mentioned, if they do go up 8, Smith County has to score a touchdown and go for that 2-point conversion. They scored a moment ago, but they were not able to complete that 2-point conversion.
So our timeouts this season are brought to you by First National Bank. Proud again to be our season-long timeout sponsor. First National Bank has been putting customers first since 1889 with branches in Gallatin, Hendersonville, and Hartsville. A full-service bank providing all the financial products that you need in life. Don't take a timeout on your banking needs. Check out fnbank.net. We've also had Sacks tonight by Slim Chickens. And so after the game, you'd like to go by and get yourself a sack full of Slim Chickens, and you can try their sack of great food, including the best hand-breaded tenders, perfect wings, sandwiches, or wraps. If you had Slim Chickens right now, what are you picking, Noah?
I mean, tenders fries is so classic. I probably had some buffalo sauce in there. I'm very basic, and I like the good stuff.
I'm a ranch person. I like to eat all of my chicken, fries, anything like that with ranch. Got to have a side of ranch with mine.
That Chipotle Ranch chicken sandwich is so good, though.
You're making me hungry.
Carry to the right side, up to the 47. Mac Tuggle, once again, he is approaching 100 yards. I believe that's going to put him at 98 on the 5-yard carry.
I think the two of you are about to roll your eyes so hard, but Taylor Swift was still playing while that play was going on, and she did say lightning on her feet while Mac Tuggle was running the ball.
He's got quick feet. Up the middle, Tuggle past the 45, working up to the 43, and 100 rushing yards as the ball is loose. Owls celebrating. Let's see what they say.
I think they're going to mark him short.
It's going to be Smith County football off the fumble.
They've got it.
Good news, Mac Tuggle surpassed 100 rushing yards, but bad news, the Owls have the ball.
I kind of feel like somebody got influenced to make that call because nobody really seemed to know what the situation was, and you had 2 teams and 5 officials all looking at each other, and somebody made a decision, and that decision goes to Smith County.
Yeah, no one really knew, or at least looked like knew what was going on. Zimmerly kind of motioned that Tuggle was already down, but some of those linemen for Smith County were kind of celebrating, and then all of a sudden, that's Owls football.
So 1 minute and 4 seconds left in the third quarter, and what seemed to be trending well for Liberty Creek has now taken a turn. They were marching the ball down the field with the running game, moving well, but just like that, a fumble turns things around. We'll see how Smith County plays this. Riley Martin hesitates on the throw, gets it to his man underneath. Gage Gibbs gets it across the 50 up to the 48. A flag on the play.
This penalty flag would be really big if it's against the offense.
Max Dowell, Jeremiah Warren in on the tackle.
I want to say it's a holding. And they are, I believe, going to back up Smith County on that call. It is a holding on the Owls.
Wolves will
Actually, I believe they called illegal. Yeah, they called an illegal man downfield, which was, I believe, the left tackle was over here about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. So he's actually going to get if we look at it, he's actually going to get about 5 yards and then mark the penalty off, still first down.
First and long. Under a minute to play now in the third quarter. Martin takes the snap. Looking to pass. Looking over the middle. Rolling out right. Avoiding pressure. Now barely gets it out of bounds. Pressure was coming in from Daniel Gillespie.
And I just want to note, Gage Gibbs was downfield waving his hands. He was wide open down that right sideline if Martin would have found him.
Tough situation there with Gibbs being open, but Martin under so much pressure. I mean, he rolled out right, maybe looking for that opportunity, but just nowhere to go with it.
It's going to be another sack for Liberty Creek as intentional grounding is going to be called again. And Gillespie, if he gets credit, that'll be his third sack of the game.
He's been everywhere tonight for Liberty Creek. How about Gillespie so far?
So I'm going to try to add this up.
First
the original line of scrimmage.
Second in vacation here.
Yeah, was the 43. The ball is at the 22-yard line. It is second down and 31.
Martin shotgun. Back to pass. Looking to the right side. Throws quick. Incomplete, overthrown, coverage by Chris Sweeney. He sent Gibbs to the ground, but that ball is about 5 yards past him.
I said 31 is 21, so he lost 16 yards on the sack. He's taken 2 intentional grounding penalties tonight of 26 yards and 16 yards. For a sophomore quarterback, that's a mistake that you can't continue to make. And it's not like it's close. He's throwing the ball way out of bounds.
3rd and 30.
And that's that.
It is 30.
Liberty Creek defensive line just doing a great job up front.
Takes a snap. Martin looking to pass. Throws quick, a slant over the middle. Got his man up past the 35-yard line to the 36. It was complete to number 18, Caden Mason. And still well shy of a first down. 21 seconds left in the third quarter. I believe they'll let that run, and we'll be on to the fourth.
I don't know if that was a dime package, but they definitely had 6 guys back deep, and they played that safety really well to make sure they didn't give up the big play. And now it's going to be fourth down. As we start the fourth quarter, we're coming up on a punt. And so this is the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center. We'd like to remind you that Michael Ponce is a resident of Sumner County. He grew up here and started Ponce Law over 30 years ago. Let Ponce Law provide a free consultation if you've been injured in a car accident or hurt on the job. You've nothing to lose by calling and finding out what to do next. They offer a no-fee guarantee and can even open your case over the phone. Call Ponce Law, 615-851-1776. Ponce Law, justice for all. As we get ready for the fourth quarter, don't forget to stick around for our post-game show brought to you by Pony Mailbox and Business Center in Gallatin and Hendersonville. Proudly sponsoring our season-long post-game wrap-up, Pony Mailbox and Business Center is your go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. So stay with us right after the game for highlights and a look ahead. PonyMailboxCenter.com.
And a reminder, both of these teams tonight coming in here 0-2. So Smith County and Liberty Creek both searching for their first win of the season. And they've got 12 minutes to figure out who is going to walk away with their first win.
So 4th and 17. They're going to be on to punt here, trailing by 5. Quick rundown of the Smith County roster. They've got 6 seniors here, 4 juniors, 18 sophomores, and 12 freshmen. Fairly young team is the Owls. This punt sent down, going to be landing at the 36 and stop at about the 33. Oh.
And we've got a player in there close to the football, and somebody's going to have a talk with him because you can't be there.
I don't know who it was on defense for Smith County, but number 22, Kingston Rios, was
and here comes
getting physical.
A conversation with Coach Alexander as he's trying to plead his case, and Coach Alexander said, I don't want to talk to you about it. Just don't do that. You can't get near the football when everybody's calling for that ball to be down.
Yeah, he was really close to that, and there were about 5 Smith County players around that football, and you just don't want to be even near the mix of all that going on. And so Coach Alexander is just going to dismiss that one and focus on the next 12 minutes.
Well, now you got the ball just outside the 32-yard line. You need to go down and score here with a 5-point lead and 11:49 to go and put this game away.
1st and 10, Collier Going to hand it off to Tuggle. Tuggle hitting the left edge, avoiding contact, moving up past the 50, through midfield to the 40, now the 30 on the left sideline. No one around, up past the 5, into the end zone. Mac Tuggle for 6, a touchdown, brought to you by Trevecca Nazarene University.
And he was left completely untouched. The burners on Mac Tuggle for the touchdown. Who else for Liberty Creek besides the running back?
67 yards to the house for Mac Tuggle, and he's well over 100 yards rushing, nearing 170 now.
Well, we talked about how they needed to score quickly and try to help put it away, and Mac Tuggle making his case and trying to get his team to a first win of the season, and it'll be Lucas Yap to come on for the PAT.
JT Porter to hold. It's going to be a fake. Either that or the snap wasn't good. Porter wrapped up, thrown down, and so incomplete there for Liberty Creek.
Still a 2.2 score game, 23-12. And with the time that Smith County has taken to move the football tonight, that is a really big advantage for Liberty Creek to have a 2-score lead. Trevecca Nazarene University, season-long touchdown partner for all games on the WHIN radio network. Trevecca has been home to thousands of Sumner County students after high school and led the way in higher education right from the heart of their Nashville campus. Trevecca is one special university that sets you up for a lifelong touchdown. Want to learn more about Trevecca? Visit them online at trevecca.edu. Trevecca Nazarene University, serving Nashville and the world since 1901. You want to talk about that scoring drive? One play, 67 yards, 21 seconds, and Liberty Creek leads it 23-12.
Wow, what a run by Mac Tuggle. I mean, he immediately off the line had two defenders closing in, hit that gap, had a blocker right to his left, bounced it more to the left side, was on that left sideline, passed all his defenders, and it was a clear-cut run to the house.
And they're loving it here on Wolfpack Way. The student section throwing up the red and blue powder again, cheering on their Wolves and enjoying these Friday night lights.
Lucas Yap to kick it off. 11:36 in the fourth quarter, 23-12. Liberty Creek leads it. Kicks it shallow. That one going to bounce, be taken at the 28. Kind of accepts his fate. Goes down at the 32. Gage Gibbs on the return that time.
So Mac Tuggle now with 166 yards rushing. That fumble left him at 99, and that's a great bounce back after a fumble to come back with a 67-yard touchdown run, and the longest play of the season certainly for Liberty Creek.
That touchdown run there by Mac Tuggle makes you just completely forget about that fumble before.
He's such a good player. You know, you look at him and you look at his size. Coach Alexander said he never talks much. The players say he talks all the time, but Mac Tuggle has just been a real force on this offense.
And you can't forget about that 72-yard kick return earlier in the game as well, which I believe set up his own touchdown that he ran just a moment later. Riley Martin takes a snap, rolling out to the left, throws on the sideline. He's got his man Claywell now moving, stepped out of bounds. Otherwise, it could have been daylight.
Claywell was wide open on that sideline over towards Smith County. Picked up a big chunk of yards on that first play.
So they're going to say he went down shy of the first down. Maybe not. They're working on it now. See what they decide is the verdict. Ball is at the 42.5. So it'll be 2nd and 2 after what could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, that's interesting because it's over on that far sideline, so pretty tough to tell from where we're at, Noah, but I'm really curious to see where they thought he stepped out.
Well,
so it kind of looks like they're talking about it. I don't think anyone has called a timeout.
No, I think we're going to have to stop the game, unfortunately.
This is your fault. You said it earlier.
Yeah.
Well, MTSU's mascot is here.
Or maybe, nope.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
I think
well,
we're going to
never mind.
play. I was really worried about it, too.
Anyone didn't get that reference. It's the Blue Raiders, and we have a Pegasus, and his name is Lightning. But, you know, the guy who works for MTSU didn't decide to pick up on my joke. It's fine.
I was really worried that I jinxed it, though.
He was too stressed out. He didn't want to sit in a press box the rest of the night like y'all had to do last weekend.
Now we've blown it dead again. There's something going on.
They're saying somebody has to get off the field. That's Chris Sweeney exiting now. Second and a long one.
So now they're saying Chris Sweeney was injured temporarily on the play, and he's got to come off the field. That was the delay.
Martin throws quick to the left side, complete to his man Claywell, first down. Gets about 3 or 4 yards on that one. And they've been throwing the ball quite a lot, trying to preserve that clock a little more, knowing what they're dealing with. And Riley Martin's looked pretty good.
And those last 2 plays have been towards the sideline. And, they went out of bounds on that last play. Claywell did, and so you can imagine that these routes are going to be targeted toward getting to that sideline, so you don't have to use up those timeouts that you've got left. They've got 2 of them until later in the game that you have to do. So those last 2 completions were out of bounds on the sideline, and I think that's what they're going to go to.
14 out of 16 in the game for Martin.
A lot of low snaps. Martin has done very good at picking it up nearly off the ground. This one complete to Jermaine Kaysen. He's wrapped up and thrown down by number 7, Max Dowell, after a gain of about 6 or 7. But it seems like every time I see a snap for Riley Martin, he's having to pick it up almost at his feet. So he's done a great job at adjusting to that and getting the ball up quick.
It's been very low snaps, like you've mentioned. They've been at his feet. Some of them have been on the ground, but the 6'2 sophomore, pretty tall guy, having to bend over and get it up pretty quickly, but he's done a good job so far of that tonight.
Well, they're running kind of a sort of a smoke screen slant and curl game right now. Everything's underneath, and it's almost like a basketball play where they're switching off and going to the underneath receiver.
This one handed off up the middle. Caden Mason, nowhere to go. Swallowed up and taken down by number 22, Kingston Rios.
And it was like he just ran into a brick wall. There was absolutely nothing there. Kingston Rios was there, actually, met him immediately, and he couldn't get anywhere. And that's somebody who's made a pretty good impact tonight, Rios. I mean, he put that pressure on the punt, put Liberty Creek at really good field position for their opening drive at the 50-yard line, made some pretty good stops tonight. So I know we've talked a lot about Gillespie, but Kingston Rios has had a pretty good game as well.
3rd and 5 from the 50-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left side. Caden Mason in the backfield, Riley Martin in shotgun. Takes the snap himself, gets across for the first down. He's tackled by Grant Garner and also number 42, Kimari Holloway.
And he kind of ran into his own man there. Jermaine Kaysen was there, and Martin kind of fell into his own player.
9.5 minutes.
If you're Liberty Creek, you're content with this, though. If they want to throw underneath and run the clock and take short plays, I mean, I think the Liberty Creek defense will take this.
Yep, they're just trying to keep the ball from entering that open field, so they're trying to get those tackles, and they're okay with the short gains. Throws to the left side, got his man. Big hit taken. And now ball comes loose way after the play. That pass complete to number 18, Caden Mason.
And Kris, as you mentioned, they're throwing it short, they're running it, they're chewing the clock that they're going to need later on, and they took some pretty deep shots earlier in this game. We haven't really seen anything like that on this drive. I feel like, at least to me, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when Martin's going to want to take a shot.
Well, he's just got to pay attention to the defense, and when Liberty Creek creeps up, then he's going to take one of those guys on the outside and send him on a fly route and try to score the touchdown.
2nd and 5. Martin, another low snap, looking to pass. Throws to the right side towards the sideline. Batted, incomplete. Great defensive play by number 17, Jeremiah Warren, covering up Jermaine Kaysen.
That was a beautiful play. That technique was so sound. Stuck his hand out, batted it down. Amazing coverage in the backfield for Warren.
That's a college-level coverage play with using the left hand to be able to navigate the receiver and the right hand to get it onto the football. That's one of those that Jeremiah Warren, as he advances in his career, is probably going to show up at the beginning of his film for a long time.
The junior wide receiver / defensive back. Big play that time. 3rd and 5. Martin takes the snap. Dropping back to pass. Facing some pressure. Working up the middle. Running it down. Wrapped up. And 4 Wolves in on the stop. Brings up 4th down.
I believe that was Dowell who made the initial hit for Liberty Creek.
Slim Chicken sack credited there, the 5th for the Wolves.
We knew that they had the ability to put pressure on the quarterback, but for Martin tonight, he's been taking coverage sacks because he's been waiting and holding on to the football. 2 of those have been intentional grounding, and now he's got himself in big trouble with 7:53 to go, 4th and 6.
2 receivers left, 1 on the right side. Martin, that one snapped to the ground, picks it up fast. Throws to the right sideline. Almost complete. but not the coverage by number 13, Seth Taylor. The pass was intended for Gage Gibbs. Turnover, and Liberty Creek has the ball. I mean, tough shout for Riley Martin. I mean, a lot of these snaps, as we've mentioned before, just to his toes, on the ground, just he's had it rough. He's been adjusting quickly, and it kind of throws him off just a little bit.
That was only his third incompletion of the game, despite all of the hits that he's taken. It was intended for Gage Gibbs, and that hit him in the left hand. He just wasn't able to pull it in. So a turnover on downs, and if you're Liberty Creek with 7:40 on the clock, you're up 23-12. You're in a really good spot right now, and you've got to feel good.
This has been their trouble for Smith County all year long, is they can't convert extra points and they can't convert passing drives into the end zone. And tonight they got 2 big scores, but that's really been it.
Now a smokestack, new quarterback into the game for Liberty Creek. This ball is going to be handed off up the middle to Grayson Christian. He powers through for about an 8-yard gain, but the quarterback is number 15, Sperry Jones.
Sperry Jones is the player that normally comes in when they want to run that smokestack, so that's the first time we've seen him tonight. Took all the way to the fourth quarter to see that quarterback change, and it looks like they're going to keep Sperry Jones in on this play as well.
Turn that clock.
2nd and 1, and just like you said, Liberty Creek wants to keep this clock running. Christian gets across for the F&M Bank.
First down.
And many more to go. Now he's pushed back. Tackle led by number 22, Ben Howell. Big pile up in the middle of the field. Everybody working back to their huddles. After that first down for Liberty Creek. We might just see Grayson Christian, maybe even Seth Taylor the rest of the way out, but Mac Tuggle exiting the game potentially with 166 rushing yards. Every play is going to be smokestack from Sperry Jones under center.
And Christian's had some experience in the game so far.
Trucking his way through the middle, gets across the 45 up to the 44.
And before that play, he had 9 carries for 40 yards tonight, picked up about 5 on that one.
Stick around after the game. If you're listening to the broadcast, it'll take us just a minute to get down and talk to Coach Bill Alexander and to get my slow self back up here to give you the interview. But hopefully with a victorious coach for the first time in the 2024 season, 9-point lead, 11-point lead, I can't do math, with 6:02 to go here in the fourth quarter.
2nd and 5. Perry Jones, once again to Grayson Christian, but Whistle's going to blow it dead.
They've kept Sperry Jones in there on those last couple of plays. I believe that's going to be a false start, though, on Liberty Creek, so that'll back them up 5 yards.
Liberty Creek playing it safe. Might have to change things up here with it being 3rd and 10, maybe just 2nd and 10.
And that was a really close false start. That wasn't anything very obvious at all, just a little step, probably half a second too soon.
It's going to be 2nd and 10. Jones a snap, gives to Christian. Christian up the middle, short gain. Be 3rd and 8. We'll see if Liberty Creek changes it up at all because, I mean, you don't want to give the ball back to Smith County, but you do have a 2-digit lead. It wouldn't be the 2-score lead. It wouldn't be the end of the world. But
of course, you said tutelage there for a minute.
Said 2-digit, which still is not wrong, but, I mean, I was looking for 2-score lead.
So like I've taken you under my wing and under my tutelage, that would be a big word. I'd be impressed if you used that.
You're old. You missed when I said repertoire earlier. You didn't like that
Repertoire is a good word. Alaina, you got anything to add there?
I'm just going to add that Jackson Collier came back into the game just now.
Yeah, the original offense in here. Jackson Collier, Mac Tuggle to his right. Tuggle, I mean, if he breaks for a 40-yard run, that put him over 200 yards. Working around the left side. Fighting through the pressure, getting up to the 42. Bring up 4th down for Liberty Creek. And a punt could put them right at the goal line if they decide to run with that. But if they decide to, try to keep the ball, if it succeeds, they could potentially run this game out. If it doesn't, that's not the end of the world based on where the yardage would be for Smith County. The ball is currently at the 42-yard line.
And it's 4th and 4. We saw them actually go for it on a 4th and 4 earlier in the first quarter, and they're going to keep the offense out on the field with Jackson Collier. So it looks like Liberty Creek might go for it.
2 receivers right. None on the left side here. Collier revising to the sideline.
Timeout.
Tuggle's in the backfield. And, I mean, that's a smart move. Use some of the clock. Now come take a timeout, really discuss what you want to do here with this one on 4th and 4 from the 42.
I still don't see Lucas Yap coming onto the field, though.
I don't either, and I thought maybe they could have just tried to draw him off sides, but maybe it looks like they're talking to the offense. They might just go for it because, like you mentioned, I mean, it doesn't necessarily hurt. Smith County was taking a while to get anything going, and they didn't end up scoring. So it's still 23-12 with 4:09 on the clock. If they decide to punt, and, you know, based off of what we've seen, the kicking game is in Liberty Creek's favor. They've got a great punter in Lucas Yap, so he could try to pin them deep if they want to go that direction. If not, Smith County does get the ball back with really good field position. They would just have to score quickly.
I just don't think they're made up of a team that's able to get 2 touchdown drives. They can get the big play. But if you're Liberty Creek on defense and Smith County gets the ball back, all you're going to do is bring a nickel and dime package in there and put everything deep and not give up the big play and force them to drive the ball, and they have just not shown that they're able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you're right there, and they've got the athletes. Martin has the arm, but also we've talked about how young this team is, so some of that inexperience could play into that as well.
This is going to be a direct snap to Grant Garner. He's actually going to punt it away, which is a risky play. That's tight pressure. Ball caught down at the 26.
And there's a flag. They hit the punter.
Oh,
so it's going to be a roughing the kicker call because he got him pretty good. So Liberty Creek.
Waving off the flag. Unfortunate.
They're saying that he got a piece of the ball, which takes the penalty away.
I mean, it didn't travel like he got.
I still don't agree with that rule, though.
I can't say I do either. I mean, he hit the leg of, and it wasn't Yap punting.
It was Grant Garner.
Yeah, it was Grant Garner.
So they hit Garner's leg. I mean,
well, here's my problem. It's not the application there. The officials didn't do anything wrong.
No.
It's the rule itself. I still think that should be applied even if the ball is tipped, if you go after the punter.
I agree with that. If you make contact with the punter, I think that the flag needs to, be upheld. The penalty needs to be upheld.
Martin looking to pass, looking to his left, couple pump fakes, now going deep on the left side. It intercepted by Mac Tuggle. What more can he do? Tuggle now returning it, still on his feet past the 40, working up to midfield to the 50, into a lot of contact down at the 44-yard line, and Mac Tuggle, Mr. Do It All.
I don't think that there's anything that this guy can't do. Mac Tuggle, he returned it pretty far earlier for 72 yards, a couple of touchdowns on the night, a huge interception at the end of the game, the first one of the night for either side. Who other than Mac Tuggle?
And this game is right back in the easy driver's seat for Liberty Creek. They have the ball 23-12 with the lead, 3:47 on the clock.
They're feeling pretty good right now. They're playing some Red Hot Chili Peppers. The fans are getting into it here on Wolfpack Way, and Liberty Creek 3 minutes and 47 seconds away from their first win of the season if they can hold on here in the fourth quarter.
So stick around after the game for the attorneys and staff at the Ingram Law Firm, bringing you the most outstanding player of the game. I bet you can't guess who it's going to be.
No clue. Perry Jones in the smokestack, hands it off to Grayson Christian, working up the right side. He's had a great game, too. Maybe overshadowed by Mac Tuggle the way he's ran the ball, but Grayson Christian's been very impactful. Gets about a yard that time on the carry, brings up 2nd and 9.
And I think on any other given night, the player of the game would go to Daniel Gillespie. But at this point, it's hard to say it's not Mac Tuggle because Gillespie has played very well.
Yeah, I mean, that pick was just the icing on the cake there. It wasn't even like a normal interception, too. That's a contested ball that he kind of ripped out of the hands of the receiver and came away with, and then had about a 20-yard return as well.
And it looks like we do have an injury on the field. It's going to be a Smith County Owl. I'm not seeing a number on it yet, but it looks like they're stretching out that right leg, so hopefully just a cramp. And nothing too serious. You never like to see any injuries.
Our High Point Orthopedic Injury Report is brought to you by High Point Orthopedic Associates and Ascension St. Thomas. We appreciate them sponsoring our broadcast and the injury report, and hopefully this is just a cramp, and we'll get back to action soon.
So let's kind of just break down this game for Mac Tuggle. He has 18 carries for 171 rushing yards, which one of those was 67 yards himself. He's got 2 touchdowns now, one which was that long touchdown I just mentioned, and also the powerful run that was about 8 yards, I believe. Then a 72-yard kick return up the right side that set himself up for a score, and a 27-yard interception return. Wow.
That's a pretty good night.
He's done it all. And it looked like the injured player walked off under his own power. That was the receiver and defensive back Wyatt Claywell for Smith County. Got up under his own power, so hopefully just a cramp like we talked about.
2nd and 9. Liberty Creek offense getting ready to potentially run this game out. Ball's at the 42.
3:20 in counting here.
A 23-12 lead for Liberty Creek, you mentioned just a moment ago. Looking for that first win of the season and well in the driver's seat towards accomplishing that goal. They're 0-2 with losses to East Robertson and White House. A 0-30 loss and a 15-34 loss. Perry Jones in that smokestack. Takes a snap, gives to Christian. Christian up the middle for maybe a yard or two. Just want to waste that clock away at this point.
After the game, be sure to stick around. We'll hear from Coach Bill Alexander. I'm going to head down in just a moment, get the interview with Coach, and I'm sure he's going to be really excited.
Yep.
And so make sure if you're listening to the postgame, don't hang up too early. We want to hear from Coach Bill Alexander, and we want you to hear that too. And Alaina and Noah are going to talk you through the scoring summary and how this game went after the game is over.
Smokestack still. Jones just letting that play clock wind down, and the game clock, of course. This one, a quick handoff, working up the middle, the carry by number 7, Max Dowell. And in case you're sticking over here to watch us and missing the NFL game, Packers are leading 19-17 over the Eagles, so there you go. There's your quick update. You can stay right here with us on WHIN Radio.
So we're going to take a quick break as they take a break on the field. Don't forget, stick around for our Pony Mailbox and Business Center post-game report. That's coming up after the game, and we appreciate Pony Mailbox and Business Center in Hendersonville.
Pony Mailbox and Business Center is your one-stop shop for all of your packing and shipping needs. Locally owned and operated, we provide shipping services through all of the major U.S. carriers, including FedEx, UPS, DHL, and the Postal Service. With 2 convenient locations, you are never too far away. We're located at 242 West Main Street in Hendersonville and 540 West Main Street in Gallatin. In addition to shipping and selling a wide variety of packing supplies, we also provide copy, fax, notary, and print services, including banners, blueprints, and business cards.
Hello, my name is Tommy Oldham. I own and operate Pony Mailbox and Business Center in Hendersonville and Gallatin. Whether you need to ship a package or have your documents printed, copied, faxed, or notarized, stop by either of our 2 convenient locations and let us provide you with our fast and friendly service.
Now back to action. Grayson Christian, a carry to the right side. He's got some room. He's going to get the F&M bank.
First down. So Liberty Creek running down this clock, stopped right now at 1:53. It's going to be 4th and 4 for the Wolves, as they are just under 2 minutes away for picking up their first win of the year. Clock will start again after Grayson Christian picks up the first down for Liberty Creek.
Sticking with the smokestack. Jones once again to Grayson Christian, working around that right edge. About a 4-yard gain that time.
And there's going to be a flag. I'm pretty confident in the call. I want to say there's going to be some unnecessary roughness. There was some extracurricular out on that left sideline. A Liberty Creek player, I believe that was number 20. I'm trying to get a name on that. For Liberty Creek, that would be Bodie Keaton. Kind of pushed a player down after the play. Flag is picked up. They haven't made any actual announcement on what that was, but they must have. Oh wait, no, they'll call that. There it is, an unnecessary roughness call.
Oh, offsetting.
So offsetting, yep.
So it's going to be 2nd and 5, maybe second and a long 5.
So it is offsetting penalties.
Minute and a half. So the core in for Liberty Creek, you've got Perry Jones, Nate King, Mac Tuggle, and Grayson Christian lined up in that smokestack. And immediately to the left of block is Alex Freeman. Got a good last name.
I was going to say, I'm sure you're enjoying saying that. And a whistle again.
We're almost there.
They're just trying to keep us here as long as they can.
Timeout. So we had a miscommunication, so we went ahead and called a timeout.
So 1 minute and 3 left to go. How about the night we've had up here on Wolfpack Way? Can't get much better than some Friday Night Lights, and Liberty Creek 1 minute and 3 seconds away from their first win of the year. And how about Mac Tuggle tonight?
He has been electric. I mean, we already went over those stats. We can recap them. 18 for 171 rushing, 2 touchdowns, 72-yard kick return, a 27-yard interception return. He's just a playmaker.
He has been quite the spark that Liberty Creek needed to get their first win, and somebody else that we don't want to overlook on defense. How about Daniel Gillespie, the outside linebacker for the Wolves? He's been phenomenal tonight. A couple of sacks for him.
3. 2nd and a long 5, back on the field now. Now starts the kneeling process as Perry Jones takes a couple steps back, puts that one dead. Going to bring up 3rd. See where they put the yardage at. Not that it really affects too much, but clock winding down.
If you're a coach, that's your favorite play to call. 47 seconds and counting. Perry Jones stays out there.
Easy nickname for that formation. Victory formation.
Best play to run.
3rd and a long 8. Perry Jones once again. And that'll do it. The Liberty Creek Wolves are victorious over the Smith County Owls, 23-12. They win it. A dominant performance on both sides of the ball. First and second half, they were consistent, as last week we saw kind of a differential in between the two. They did lose that game big, but stayed consistent every single part of the ball and played amazing. Fun game to watch.
It definitely was, and they played a complete game from start to finish. They did not let up. They did what they needed to do for the entirety of the game, and they came out on the right side. First win of the year, 1-2 for Liberty Creek. Smith County falls to 0-3.
So we are going to take a very brief break. Be back here in just a moment to get that post-game show rolling. We'll have a chat with head coach Bill Alexander, brought to you by Kris Freeman. So Noah Freeman alongside Alaina Morris. We'll be right back here in just a moment on WHIN Network.
The Ingram Law Firm in Gallatin is your trusted source for expert legal counsel, a full-service law firm dedicated to providing top-notch legal services to our community. Whether you need assistance with family law, mediation, criminal defense, wills and estates, and civil litigation, the Ingram Law Firm is here to help. Our experienced team offers personalized and compassionate service, fighting for your rights and guiding you through every legal challenge.
Hello, I'm Jay Ingram. I founded the Ingram Law Firm after practicing 23 years with my father, Bob Ingram, who started his practice in 1976. And though he is now retired, we work to make him proud every day, committed to delivering justice and peace of mind to our clients. Let our firm handle your legal needs with the care and expertise you deserve.
Call Ingram Law Firm today at 615-452-6613 for a consultation, or visit us online at ingramlawyers.com. Experience the difference of a law firm that truly cares. Ingram Law Firm, trusted legal counsel, serving all of Sumner County and beyond. ingramlawyers.com.
Pony Mailbox and Business Center is your one-stop shop for all of your packing and shipping needs. Locally owned and operated, we provide shipping services through all of the major U.S. carriers, including FedEx, UPS, DHL, and the Postal Service. With 2 convenient locations, you are never too far away. We're located at 242 West Main Street in Hendersonville and 540 West Main Street in Gallatin. In addition to shipping and selling a wide variety of packing supplies, we also provide copy, fax, notary, and print services, including banners, blueprints, and business cards.
Hello, my name is Tommy Oldham. I own and operate Pony Mailbox and Business Center in Hendersonville and Gallatin. Whether you need to ship a package or have your documents printed, copied, faxed, or notarized, stop by either of our 2 convenient locations and let us provide you with our fast and friendly service.
It's time for a breakdown of all of tonight's football action and highlights. This is the Pony Mailbox and Business Center post-game report. Pony Mailbox and Business Center in Gallatin and Hendersonville, your pack and ship solution.
Welcome back to the Ponte Law Justice for All Broadcast Center. Liberty Creek High School football on WHIN Radio. This is the Pony Mailbox and Business Center post-game show. In a minute, we are going to hear from head coach Bill Alexander. Pony Mailbox and Business Center in Gallatin and Hendersonville proudly sponsors our season-long post-game wrap-up. Pony Mailbox and Business Center is your go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. So stay with us right after the game for highlights and a look ahead. PonyMailboxCenter.com. So let's look at the final score, 23-12. Liberty Creek wins it. Let's look at the scoring summary here. It is going to be Lucas Yap, 24-yard field goal. Riley Martin, a completed pass to Jermaine Kaysen for Smith County. And then Mac Tuggle with a 5-yard carry. Jackson Carter to Sully Harper. I'm all out of whack here. Sully Harper, let's get my words here, for a 16-yard touchdown. Then Riley Martin throws to Cole Hackett for a 50-yard touchdown, and Mac Tuggle wraps it up with a 67-yard carry. So I want you to give me your 3 key players for Liberty Creek, and I'll talk about 3 key ones for Smith County. I'll do that first here real fast. I think 3 key players was, of course, Riley Martin. He did a great job passing, especially in that second half, was getting the ball there. Caden Mason was big running the ball, and then Jermaine Kaysen was really great in the receiving game. So it's Gage Gibbs. I mean, a lot of guys you can talk about, but those were 3 guys that stuck out with the stats. How about for Liberty Creek?
For Liberty Creek, I've got 3 guys with their names circled. I'll start on the defensive side of the ball. Daniel Gillespie had a fantastic night with 3 sacks. I think he'd honestly be the player of the game, or if it wasn't for another guy on offense that we'll talk about in a second. My other guy that I have circled on the offensive side of the ball that is not Mac Tuggle would be Sully Harper. His first career touchdown tonight as a senior, first passing touchdown of the season for Jackson Collier and Liberty Creek. So I think that's just a big moment, a milestone for the Wolves that will instill some confidence in both of those guys, Collier and Harper. And last but not least, got to save the best for last, Mac Tuggle. He's the player of the game in my opinion. I mean, what couldn't he do tonight?
I mean, he was electrifying. Such a good game. Had a lot of fun with this one. A big thing to be thankful for is that it was a healthy game on both sides. We only had to stop the game a couple times for injuries, which seemed to be cramps. They were very quick, so very thankful for some healthy football, some fun football, and victory for Liberty Creek, 23-12 over Smith County. And here in just a moment, we're going to hear that interview with head coach Bill Alexander, brought to you by our producer Kris Freeman. But, I mean, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Our first broadcast of the season here all together. We've had some split broadcasts week 1. You guys were together. Then week 2, it was me and Kris Freeman, and now all 3 of us.
Yes, it was definitely a lot of fun. Really enjoyed my first time up here at Liberty Creek High School. I was very impressed with just the stadium, the facilities up here. This is quite the place to be, and not much better than Friday Night Lights, and even better when Liberty Creek can get their first win of the season.
Let's go down to the field and hear what victorious head coach Bill Alexander had to say about tonight's game.
We're here with Coach Bill Alexander, victorious in week 3 over Smith County. Coach, tell us about your team's effort and about Mac Tuggle tonight.
Yeah, I think the team played great. You know, we made some defensive stops. You know, they cut it close, and we got a couple of stops. Mac played great on both sides of the ball, running the ball, had the big pick to stop the last drive. So just super proud of our team.
Overall, you controlled the line of scrimmage against a very big but young football team. How about your up front tonight?
Yeah, you know, they played really well. Super proud of both offensive and defensive fronts. You know, and that's what we want. That's what we knew we were going to have to hang our hat on this year. Really proud of them.
Next week, region play, the most important game to start the year.
Yeah, next week, Stratford. You know, last year that game determined whether we were going to host a playoff game or not. It could very well do that again this year. So we got them at home, and it's going to be a huge game for us.
So Coach Bill Alexander and the victorious Liberty Creek Wolves.
And it's time to discuss and present the most outstanding player of the game. Each week throughout the 2024 high school football season, the attorneys and staff at the Ingram Law Firm bring you the most outstanding player of the game award given to the player chosen by the coaches whose effort and performance most impacted the outcome of tonight's game. Thanks to the Ingram Law Firm for supporting Sumner County High School football on the WHIN Broadcast Network. The Ingram Law Firm, trusted legal counsel. Find them at ingramlawyers.com. So last week's winner was senior linebacker Max Dowell. Let's discuss some candidates for this week's Potential Player of the Week, which will be awarded by the coaches on Monday.
I'm not sure there's much of a debate tonight. I know we can discuss probably another player or two that should be in the conversation, but flat out, right, I mean, Mac Tuggle was the guy.
So Mac Tuggle tonight, as we said earlier, 18 carries, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns, a 72-yard kick return, and a 27-yard interception return. And so I think there are some other candidates. Tuggle is likely going to be the guy, and I think it's one of those situations where you're probably glad that you didn't give it to Tuggle last week, because now this is the week that he really deserves it the most.
For sure. And let's talk about some of those other candidates. I'm going to talk about a guy, Lucas Yap, tonight. Hit all of his PATs. The one PAT they had failed was a bad snap where JT Porter had to run out of the pocket with he was taken down, so it wasn't a missed PAT for Lucas Yap. He was 2 for 2. Also nailed a field goal. That was the Williams-Styles first score of the game for Liberty Creek, and Lucas Yap had a great game.
And I think the other player that comes to my mind immediately you have to mention is Daniel Gillespie, 3 sacks on defense. He was just a monster up front and just caused a lot of havoc for Smith County.
Well, I think the defensive front has been a continued bright spot for Liberty Creek throughout the first 3 weeks of the season. And now you look ahead to next week, and they're going to have to continue to be good, because last year you beat Stratford, I think it was 55-14 or 55-21, wow. And that game was close in the first quarter, and Liberty Creek busted out, blew it open, lost the following week in a close game to East Nashville, and then ran off 7 straight wins before they went to the quarterfinals of Class 3A. And so we're going to get ready to wrap it up here tonight. Once again, your final score from Liberty Creek is 23-12. The Liberty Creek Wolves move to 1-2 for the season. Smith County drops to 0-3. And the rest of the games in Sumner County are not done yet. We'll check and see if we have any of those scores to give you an update before we go. Station Camp tonight takes it on the chin. That game is not over, but the lights, you can see them right back here as you look over the horizon. But 40-7, Marshall County is laying it on Station Camp. Marshall County's a really good team. If you don't know, here's a nice little trivia question. Marshall County is the home of the 2007 Mr. Football in the state of Tennessee, who beat a guy from White House in Rogers Gaines who was up for the award. And that guy, Rogers Gaines, was 6'7", 365 pounds. This guy that beat him was just about 6 foot tall and 225 pounds, and may be one of the toughest players in Tennessee high school football history, and a Super Bowl champion in the NFL and a national champion in the NCAA. Does anybody have a guess who Mr. Marshall County is?
Can you give me a college?
No, because that's way too easy.
Randall Cobb.
It is not Randall Cobb, although he had an outstanding career at Alcoa.
Yep.
However, Dante Hightower is our player. He did not win a state championship at Marshall County, of course, because they're in the same group with Alcoa and other teams like that. But Dante Hightower was the 2007 Mr. Football and went on to win a national championship and also NFL championships
Patriots,
with
right?
the New England Patriots.
If I would have got a team from you, I probably would have got it.
I was going to say, yeah, I think that we would have been good off of the team.
That's a Bill Belichick guy right there.
Yeah.
The type of player that he loved was Dante Hightower. And he was not the biggest guy, but he might have been the most physical high school football player that I've seen in Tennessee since Eric Westmoreland, who went to Tennessee and played at Marion County back in the 1990s. I saw Eric Westmoreland score 6 touchdowns in a state championship game as they completely laid it to somebody back in 1993. And so those were 2 tough players, throwing it back in history a little bit. Hendersonville also took it on the chin tonight. They are no longer 2-0 as Brentwood defeats them 56-14. It was CPA 42 and Pope Prep 9, and so Pope Prep is still 0-3, looking for their first win. Last we heard, Westmoreland was up on White House Heritage, and then the rest of the scores, White House up on Montgomery Central 28-7.
And that's it for Liberty Creek High School football on WHIN Sports Network. The final score was 23-12 with the Wolves claiming victory. And next week, we will be coming to you live once again from the Big House on Wolfpack Way as the Wolves are back home to take on Stratford and open the Region 5 3A season against the Spartans. For Kris Freeman, Alaina Morris, I'm Noah Freeman, and on behalf of all the crew at Liberty Creek Football, we will see you next time on WHIN. See you next week, and have a good night.
This has been the Pony Mailbox and Business Center postgame show. Sumner County High School football on WHINradio.com. Live from the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center. Presented by F&M Bank. Banking made easy on purpose. Shrum's Roofing Company. When quality and experience matter. And brought to you by Trevecca Nazarene University, a Christian university in the heart of Nashville. William Stiles at Country Financial. The Ingram Law Firm. Trusted Legal Counsel, Sumner Prevention Coalition, envision a community free from substance abuse. High Point Orthopedic Associates with Ascension St. Thomas. D1 Training, you pick the goal, they'll help you get there. First National Bank, your neighbor since 1905. Pony Mailbox and Business Center in Hendersonville and Gallatin. Slim Chickens, tenders, wings, and more. Invisible Smiles of Tennessee, because a great smile should be affordable. Larry Maynard, Allstate Insurance, you're in good hands. Tri-County Electric, owned and operated by those we serve. The Farmers Bank, helping you grow. NCTC, high-speed internet, cable, and telephone. Listen in every week during football season for all the Sumner County High School football action live. Right here on WHIN Radio and WHINradio.com.